had a heavy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Buy my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a heavy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Checking my MetaMask moving. Look at the hex, he is moving. Looking at why they be choosing. Peter is why they be losing. Pull things out and get me a check. He's gas up and it got me a mess. Remember the times he died collect. Hex I mean eating, I'm dying in the best. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this Pulsechain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. Getting this back like a year ago. Getting this Pulsechain lingo. Swerving the ring like a Lambo. On my hex from the fucking start. Confessing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a heavy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. On my hex from the fucking start. Sacrificing all this bread like I'm Richard Hart. Got paid on big payday and I had a heavy start. Now I'm checking on my pulse just to check my heart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart. Richard Hart.
What's up, guys? GRC here. Sam Stolt. How's everyone doing? How's the audio, Sam?
It is excellent. Thank you. How is mine? How is everybody doing in the comments and watching? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys.
I feel a dopamine rush like no. What's that noise?
In the background? The video playing in the background.
My bad. Guys.
Let's fucking go. Yes.
Oh
Bradley.
my God. Biceps in the chat, guys. Come on, guys. We don't play around up on GRC's channel when we got guys like Valiant Brand coming in first to say what's up. Millionaire Hex OG retired entrepreneur alpha male beast mode Valiant Brand. Freaking absolute animal. Hex Orca. It's about to get funky, unky. Everybody clap your hands. Okay.
All the biceps in the chat. I love it.
Biceps in the chat, guys. Keep spamming them.
Hell yes.
We got a lot to talk about today, Sam. I want to talk about something first before we start anything. God is real, and he somehow made you know me, and then made me know Hex, and then made me teach you Hex, and then somehow after our stream, there was a guy on there who's a Hex OG who actually crossed paths with Sam Stolt in physical life. What are the chances of all these things? Let's pull it up, Sam.
So this video here,
yeah, both of those.
I don't know if you can hear the audio.
No,
Yeah.
Check this out. This is
Perfect.
here in Florida. We got both of those.
So let me turn on
How
the audio.
long after the stream was that?
So I finished streaming, I had lunch, and then, or I did a little bit of work on the computer, then I had lunch, and then I went to the beach for a little bit. And on the way home, my girlfriend's like, wait, it says Hex on that car, because I'm driving and I'm not paying attention to like the peripheral. And my girlfriend's like, oh, that car says Hex on it. And she's like, and something chain. And I look out of the corner of my eye as I'm pulling up to the light where this convenience store is. And I see, oh, that's Pulse. I see the logo, so I knew it was like Pulsechain. And I pull in, I was like, okay, let me just go get a quick video of this. And you let me know afterwards that they had actually stopped into the live stream yesterday. So think about this.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the guy's car. Those guys roll together, right? Like they have a little squad and they roll around the country. So I don't know exactly who was in which car, but that's like the group of people that is hanging out in Florida that I was actually going to meet. And I'm driving down there and it's like, what the fuck is going on, Sam? How quick do I need to live in St. Petersburg, Florida? That's all I want to know. Like, that sounds like what I need to do. Like, it's insane. Everything is just pointing down there. Not St. Petersburg in general, but that area, the surrounding area, Clearwater. I don't know much about the landscape down there, but yeah, that's Abit's R8.
Yes. That's
dude,
crazy.
Abit has a crazy story where he was like couch to couch homeless for like ever.
Oh, really? Like, so he got it. He was living on a sofa and then got into.
It could have maybe not been. It could have been Crypto Sparbuck that was telling the story, or him. I get them confused because they're from the other side of the world, so I don't watch a lot of their content. But one of them was like, "Yeah, I was just like broke as fuck," and then I found out basically it was like I found not like he wasn't doing shit, but like he was just a pleb or whatever, normal. You know how it. You don't even have to be stupid to be broke, guys. You just have to be unhappy. Like broke people are like happy people don't stay broke. They at least get enough money, or really happy people. You know what I mean? That's not the right way to say it. Maybe so more so around here, but like you don't see like super happy people like not trying different things and going out there and trying. But being happy and being brainwashed are two different things. Like because people can get brainwashed into thinking they're happy working themselves to death for 12 hours a day. And if you want to say that that makes some people happy, go ahead. Go ahead. But come on, Sam, breaking your body down 30 years before it needs to be, not seeing your grandkids. We can argue.
Not my style.
I'll go around anyone in an argument who wants to bring up any liberal bullshit around me. I'm not kidding, because if you can give someone financial because Sam, you won't believe the arguments people give me. They're like, Scott, why are you into this stuff? You're not going to be one of those rich guys. You're not going to be some sort of, and that's not even what I want, by the way, at all. And you're not going to be like that. It's just projecting their own shit on me. I never believed anyone for 1 second, ever, when it came to that stuff. But valuable stuff here, Sam, and you know that.
I'm doing some interacting with the comments, but this is very unique, right? So 4 weeks ago, just to give context for anybody who doesn't know, 4 weeks ago, Jim Rat reached out to me. Maybe 5 weeks at this point, but around that time frame, he reaches out because I've seen some of his Instagram posts, and I was like, "Hey, are you in Hex?" Because I thought it was actually something else. I thought it was HNT, and I thought they were the same thing. That's how little I was paying attention to crypto. And then we started talking about that. He shared Hex with me and Pulse and Pulsechain and all that, and that was 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, and that I got into Pulsechain, liquid loans, and Hex at this point. And then yesterday, I see these dudes' cars, like it's just very peculiar or very interesting how small the world is. There's a lot of activity around Florida in the comments, and I love it because Florida is awesome, in my opinion. We also have a governor that appears to actually give a fuck about the people who live in Florida, which is awesome. Did you see the
Sam, where can I see all your, is there one place where I can see all your thumbnails for like crypto in particular? Because you've been doing a lot of crypto videos. I'm trying to kind of show a screen share. I can only see like all your fitness videos, but I kind of want to, because I want to show people the thumbnails you've been doing and how fast some people can take action, right? Like some people, this is like, Sam's my life coach for a reason, guys. Like it's not because he's the best at this or the best at that. He's always taking action, dude. He's an action taker. Like he doesn't play around. He's a motivating. He wants you to work harder. Look at these. This dude has known about Hex for 4 weeks.
You shared Hex, and during that conversation, during our first, I'm going to try to pull up the thumbnails right now. During the conversation, you were like, we were talking, and maybe it was like the end of an hour conversation, and you had mentioned that, yeah, a lot of times it seems to take people, 6 to 8 months to kind of like click with them to get involved. And while you're saying that, I was like, damn, well, I feel like this is already exciting to me. I'm going to do this right away.
But you can imagine that no one does that. Like you can, I mean, some people like to learn, but no one goes learning like you do. And you kind of know that at this point.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're like, people literally recognize you as like some master question asker.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
You're known as like a dude who asks crazy, insightful questions. And it's because they're actually your questions.
100%.
Most people ask questions they already know for the audience. You ask questions that you don't know, and you actually actively listen, which makes an amazing conversation, people. That's why your curiosity is when they're piqued. Guys, look in 1 week, in 1 fucking week, I mean, in 4 fucking weeks, look at the quality work this guy's put out, honest content about Hex, about he doesn't know any of the inner bullshit. He's talking about what's actually going on. Let's read the white paper. Let's look into these things. Let's compare them to other companies. These are the kind of thoughts you guys need to be having. Not so much as like follow the leader, like, oh, and Wendy's would say the same thing. If I was listening to Wendy's and regurgitating everything he was saying, he would just be like, this kid's a pleb. And everyone would say the same thing about everyone. If someone was doing that to me, I would say the same thing. Guys, their things are right in front of you. Compare them. There's compare Apple and to Pulsechain. Why not? You can. Just do stuff like that for whatever you're good at. He comes from the financial industry, so it has that kind of spin. But Sam, I'm just talking about taking action here. Really, the moral of the story.
It's 100. It is 100%. We were having some good conversation in Telegram earlier today, and it is 100% about taking action and those steps, right? It's like the cliche, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Like that cliche has really resonated with me over the past, 3 or 4 or 5 years, because the fitness thing for me, I feel like I've figured out to a different degree where it seems like relatively easy. Like for some people, other things are super easy in life, and the fitness thing for me is just easy because I've been doing it for 2 decades. And then when you look at that and you're like, well, what can I draw from 2 decades plus worth of experience in the fitness area? And the biggest piece that I could pull out in my journaling was the consistency over time. It's not like this one thing is going to achieve like astronomical success over, like that. It's, hey, I meet this person and I learn something new. I meet this person, they connect me with this person. I learn something new. I read their research paper and that makes me go down this rabbit hole.
Put 2022 spin on that. You can do everything in like 6 weeks. And that's what I'm fucking telling you guys. You can literally make a YouTube channel and make your own brand and do it all in 1 year. And it doesn't matter who you are, as long as you are someone. Because I can guarantee you there's a bunch of freaking plebs that can relate to you, just like there's a bunch of gym rat plebs that can relate to me. Because I was a gym rat pleb. You know what I mean? And I'm a crypto noob for the most part, comparatively speaking. But that doesn't mean anything to me, or Sam. And that's what we were trying to tell you guys. Never did one person call me a crypto noob, and I was like, oh man, that hurts so badly that, I just want to give up because they're so smart and I'm so stupid, It's not that. It's just like, no, I'll outwork you. I'll read more. I'll do more videos. I'll live stream every day. I'll bring everyone on my show.
But that's so important.
I'm always in attack mode.
So important because we see so many people that, like, even just in the gym related stuff, right? People who don't want to take action in the gym because, by the way, shout out to Bullish for working out this morning. So congrats, that's awesome. But we see a lot of people, I do at least, in the fitness community who are timid about going into the gym because they'll see those videos on Instagram or Facebook. Sam, you picked it up very quickly. I noticed your questions are Twitter.
Yes, you're literally a walking billboard for amazing questions. Like, it's incredible because I want to connect the dots here. Like,
yes,
because you're doing so well, Sam, and it has nothing to do with finances or anything, but it has to do. I've always admired the way he lived his life, and he knows it because I'm always like, damn, you eat so good. Damn, you're so consistent. Damn. And I'm always kind of on his ass, like trying to do the same thing, but I'm a little bit worse at some of those things. But it's just like, I found someone I wanted to emulate. It doesn't mean Sam's good or bad. Some people could think Sam's a fucking idiot. And he's crazy.
Lots of people do.
And he's a sick fuck. So there's probably people that talk to Sam, they're like, this is a sick, horrible person. Not because of any reason other than like maybe they read his website and they didn't like it.
But they don't like the training or the things that I do or the things that I say. Like, don't be concerned about those things because they don't matter. It doesn't matter. It's cool and it's awesome that they get to have their own opinion and they think I'm a scumbag. That's fantastic. Great. But I don't need to give a shit about that. Yes. I got to get myself that green screen. That green screen was dope. But the point is the consistency over time, because if you just take and get 1% better every single day in some area, which isn't terribly hard to do, especially when you're new, over the course of 365 days is tremendous. I think that's like 3,700% improvement in 1 year, but just incremental improvements. I have this saying that I go talk to my girlfriend about, the aggregation of marginal gains. So it sounds like fancy and everything, but it just means like you add up all the little pieces over time are monumental. And it's not just in terms of it's like, think of it as like savings, right? Okay, you put $100 away, $100 away, $100 away, $100 away. It's all of those together, but then you get compounding, right? So when you learn something today, that thing that I learned today, I get to utilize tomorrow, the next day, et cetera, for 365 days. So each one of those incremental 1% improvements that I make every single day, I get to utilize those for the next 70 years or whatever the case is. And there's a ripple effect when you make that progress into relationships, where you grow deeper relationships, and then that ripples over into business, that ripples over into the gym, right? And you make progress in the gym or fitness or health goals, right? That ripples over into business, that ripples over into the spiritual thing. You make progress on the personal growth front, that has effects on all those other areas. And like, I'm a weird fucking dude, and that's the only thing I focus on. So Finbear mentions it's actually 37,000, almost 38,000% better, 1% per day.
Well, yeah, but even compound on that. No, I could compound on that all day long. That number is so low, because no one else is doing anything. And you're doing one thing a day. So it's just like if you buy Hex at an all-time low, you already made a 5x from the original price appreciation when it hits the regular plateau of price. Like the baseline because price discovery, Sam, that means when something hits all over its all-time high in Hex, it's just crazy. And everyone knows it because you see how natural this momentum is and how, this is just a steady bleed out bear market. It's as classic as it gets.
Can you explain that? So I do agree that this is like the fucking perfect time, right? So my background's in finance.
Well, it could go lower.
Up and down. Yeah, and it would be awesome if it did, because then I get to buy more. But when you mentioned this a couple of times before, and I don't think I've asked you about it, when something's going into new territory, you are calling it price discovery, and I'm curious to understand the thought process behind why.
Well, price discovery is almost a psychological term because everyone that's watching the price, Sam, can see that it's going to an all-time high. Who else is watching the price? The dudes with hundreds of millions of dollars. They know what happens psychologically when people see things break all-time highs. Every dork and their mom starts buying. But all of us have already bought, Sam. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't DCA along the way. You do. But we've already bought. We've already been here paying attention. So whatever position, small or big, that we have, we already bought. But plebs only buy when the price is high. And they always sell when the price is going down. So, Sam, do you see how it's manipulated? So price discovery is a manipulated concept, but it's natural in the way that it occurs because humans are very predictable. Do you understand what I mean like that?
Yeah. So when you go into some type of all-time new morning, Sequoia, how you doing? When you go into an all-time high territory, that's just price discovery because it's never been to that territory from a psychological standpoint. Nobody's ever seen that before. So people are discovering the factor like that it can actually go there. There's enough demand for that kind of thing. Is that, would that be accurate?
Kind of. Yeah, no, I'm definitely missing some points, Sam. So there's definitely a couple concepts that someone could bring to the table about that. Don't forget about the market makers. Yeah.
What does it mean? What does crypto gains mean?
I don't really know what crypto gains codes means by that. I would need like a longer sentence to defer to that. But
market makers meaning like maybe Coinbase, like like Coinbase or whales, like they are going to go in there.
Like always great to be here, Sequoia. It's always great to see you. I'm a little bit worried about your sleep schedule because I'm pretty sure you're up really late. And well, I guess it's 11 already. I've been up for so long, Sam. I don't even know what time it is anymore.
What whales can mess with your head. I like those conversations. It is awesome when you get into those conversations and you're just so incredibly deep in there. You're like, those are the conversations I enjoy.
So guys, we're going to be doing in 20 minutes from 11:16, which will be 11:36. Hex to Learn is coming on here to do a fresh fresh demo of some testnet action and talk us through it while we go. Sam, I bet you have some questions on that notepad of yours.
I wanted to share something. So there's a lot of people who struggle, like financially speaking. And one thing that, in my opinion, like anybody, if you're working a W-2 job, literally anybody can do this. And if you don't understand like how, start diving in, because anybody can do this. So if you're working a W-2 job, you can literally start a business that doesn't make any money and make more money by reducing taxes. So let's run through a quick example, like mentally, and how somebody could do this. If somebody's making, say, 100 grand, just for like easy math purposes, and they start a business, you know, that is related to something that they enjoy to do in life, right? Maybe that's a hobby like rock climbing, right? Maybe it's something along those lines. Then anything that is associated with that hobby that is considered a business expense, right? And you don't necessarily have to make money. Your intention's to make money, right? You're intending to make money through that process, but you're not necessarily making money. So in this example, if somebody does this and they have, say, $2,000 worth of expenses they pull in, which sounds like a lot of money, but like, how could I do this when I'm already struggling with money? But you're not going through and spending additional money on things. You're able to pull in expenses on things that you're already spending money. So if you're already spending money rock climbing, you could pull in expenses related to rock climbing. Anything associated with rock climbing, miles driven to and from like rock climbing places. You also probably talk on the phone to people who are rock climbing. So that means a portion of your phone bill is a business expense. It means a portion of your internet is a business expense. You can write off a home office on this, right? There's all this peripheral stuff that you can pull in that you're already spending. So it doesn't necessarily mean additional $2,000. It just means of your already life, if you segmented that into like blocks of like where you spend your money, what's the biggest block and how could you shape that into a business? Because that now becomes a business expense. So in this example, if somebody's spending $2,000 in their business and they don't make any money in their business in year one, they've spent $24,000 and you're writing that off at 30%. So say if the effective rate is around 30% just for simple math purposes, that's like around $7,500 a year, right? That's $600 additional money per month to do nothing but other than organize this, which doesn't take a lot, right? It might be like $100 to set up an LLC, or you could just do a DBA, which is like $30 or something like that. It's not that hard to go through and actually set this up to make additional money. And I think this type of stuff can be very valuable to a lot of people. I don't know if you want to talk about this live or not, but I'm gonna call it out and you can just tell me to not ask questions about it. But you had just started in the process of going through and setting up some business.
Yeah, so I learned about all this stuff not so long ago. So I started taking action on it yesterday, and I set up emails, LLCs, blah, 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 trying to do all my shit correctly so I can write everything off effectively in my business. You know what I mean? I'm in the business of gym rat crypto, and you can almost believe that, but not that I'm selling anything, but what else do I got? I'm just a meat sack over here trying to chill. Like, I'm not... If anyone wants to say what my affiliations with or whatever, everyone can suck on my fat balls. I'll admit it all to your face. Guess what everyone else will do? Hide their intentions in the background.
Yes.
I will never. I refuse.
We're on the realm of, say, the business, the write-offs, with that whole segment. And I'm not saying that like you should do exactly what I say, but like, what questions do you have that I might potentially be able to answer, or somebody in the comments might be able to answer related to that business stuff? Like how to...
Well, one of the things, they're not even questions as much as like, I hate to give all my ideas away, but I'm GRC, so I guess.
First of all, 99.99999% of people will hear your idea and never take action on it.
That's
and
true.
I'm not trying to talk shit.
Crazy motherfuckers. Anyway, so you know about supplement companies, clearly. I've been taking supplements all my life, clearly. I don't want to do anything anabolic. That's just not my shtick right now. Mm-hmm. I don't have enough info. I don't have enough insight. I don't have enough. And I did at some point probably to maybe start in that, but that's an everyday thing too, guys. Like you have to look into that stuff daily. There's studies and stuff. If you don't keep up with that stuff, then anyway, blah, 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 blah. I want, stuff like that, stuff I could sell on my store, stuff like I just want to I guess that would be like the question, like but I kind of know how to go about that stuff. Basically, like writing off driving, writing off stuff like that. Like it's kind of more so what I'm curious about. Like how can I live without paying it for anything?
Okay, so
Make it as minimal as possible.
So you'll still have to
I know you have to pay, but I'm saying like with the most benefit.
Okay, so think about now when you go through and spend any money at all, and this goes for anybody in the comments that has a business too. Any money that you spend at all, is there a way that is resourceful and creative so that it can be tied to business? I thought I was just messing around on the internet. You can just do a DBA. You can just file your taxes as Sam is doing.
Yeah, you're just messing around on the internet until you found this magic rabbit hole of delicious free gains. My mic is not plugged in.
That's okay. Your voice.
It's really not awesome. Though. Watch.
So.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
How's it sound? A little better?
Nothing's changed much.
Okay.
Fuck. Nothing. So GRC, I can show you the exact spreadsheet I've built out, but literally, so pull up all your banks. This is like the step one you could do is get all your bank statements and credit card statements together, including bank statements, credit card statements, your utility bills for the house, and any phone bill, all those types of things. Get all those together in a Google Drive or just on your desktop or something. Start there. Once you get those together, then let me know, and then we'll go to the next stop. But then we'll go through each one of those, and we'll start breaking them out into a spreadsheet, because all the expenses you already have, you're still going to have to pay for all your expenses, but what portion of those can you actually write off? Because then that's basically just giving you free money, because then it's a business expense if you can make it into.
Yeah, because everything's a business expense now. Because I'm doing everything for work. All I do is work all day.
So that's a beautiful thing about being in business. When you work W-2, it goes income and then taxes and then what you have. When you do your own business, it goes income, then expenses, then taxes. So you get to control both of those things. You get to control how much money you make, and you get to control your business expenses, which means indirectly you're controlling how much taxes you're actually paying. Steaks and apes. All those giveaways has a cost expense tied to it that you can write off. Bullish knows what's up. Bullish knows what's up. That's
guys. If you're not following Bullish, you're making a fucking mistake. Okay? He's a very awesome dude. So chill, so cool, so many good ideas. He's a couple months into the Hex community. I mean, he's been in here for a minute, but he is just one of the coolest dudes, smartest dudes I've been talking to, and he is a friend of mine. I can tell you that. Yo, my boy, Tangent. What's good, bro? We're doing it. Hey, biceps in the chat if you want a Testnet demo.
Yes, coming up shortly.
Biceps in the chat if you want a Testnet demo.
Yes.
Look at this fucking
Bullish. I have to put my other arm out because it's just too big to do both of them at the same time.
Yeah, you're too wide. I'm doing up my angles on you. Okay. Yeah. So Hex to Learn is going to come in here, and we are going to we're going to do a testnet demo. We're going to be talking about all the finer things in the world of the testnet, the stuff that people are diving into. Hex to Learn is right on the cutting edge of all the testnet stuff. He's always playing with it. He's my go-to guy when it comes to anything like that.
Shakes and apes. Feel free. I think you sent me a message on Twitter. I haven't gotten to my messages. My intention is to get into the messages today. But if you have questions about the business-related stuff, I'm happy to give you all the information that I have. Not saying I'm an expert, but I'm able to share all the information I know about that with anybody. What's good, Chad?
Sam, I'm going to give you a second to have the floor. I'm going to just put my tea on the pot. And
okay, hold on. I'm going to share. I'm going to share my screen because I pulled up the information here, so we get to see what the ranking is of Pulsechain. So let's go over some data.
I love this shit, dude.
Because this is fun for me. This is interesting.
This is so good, and nobody sees this stuff. You're only one of the guys in the Hex community that messes around in these. I mean, not on their own time, but on stream for sure.
Yeah. Because this stuff is what I So if I'm trying to understand something, this is the data that I'm going to look at to understand what is going on. So
you heard that, guys? Data. He looks at data to learn things, not listen to others guys speak.
Bradley asked this question too. So this is a good question, Bradley. Sam, did you miss a sacrifice? Yes, sir, I did. I got into the ecos 4 weeks ago, so I missed Pulse sacrifice.
Guys, this is okay, and this is also an education point. I'll give it 30 seconds just to say this before you move on.
You're good,
guys. For people that missed the stuff, guys, we have not started yet. We are so early. Yes, there's a couple of us nerds that were here a couple months before, but there's going to be a couple more things that come out in 3 months that you're going to be on the cutting edge of. That's how it works. You lose in crypto at some point. You make a mistake. You get involved because you can't win otherwise. Sam knows. We've already told him 80% dips are almost fucking guaranteed at the beginning of these projects. When we're teaching match of limit orders, he's not saying, oh my God, my life is so crap and I missed it forever. He's just like, how do I get involved? That's it, guys. Keep moving.
Because as soon as you start taking that action, like Bradley, yes, I did miss out on Pulse, but I got into Pulse X sacrifice. But remember, I got in at rates where like guys are like, oh, I'm not going to do that, right? Because they got in at the day one. I don't give a shit. I'll still get in as long as I can get on a sacrifice.
Hey, you're getting double your hex.
Yeah, like why wouldn't I do that?
And you're getting double your hedron.
Like it just makes sense.
Damn, 4 weeks ago you had no idea. Now you're getting double your hex and double your hedron on 2 chains.
I completely forgot about the hedron piece of it. Yeah, I claimed to that too.
And dude, I'm gonna do some math with you afterwards. You can figure out how much you make per day on hedron, and it's really cool.
Sweet, dope. I'm excited for that. Go put your tea on. Cheers.
Yes.
We should come out with our own tea. That would be fun.
Yes.
We both drink tea regularly, so we should come out with our own tea.
We'll do tea in the morning instead of hex and tea in the morning or whatever. We'll figure
hex and tea in the morning. Yes. Helicopters swing for hex. So this data is the type of data that I enjoy looking at data. My background is in hex, crypto sloth. What's good? Did somebody say hedron? I got it into the 9x on there. So this is Alexa. So this is Alexa.com. This is an Amazon company. It's a data analytics company that pulls together things like estimated traffic, the bounce rate, the time on each page, several other factors related to analytics of a website. And they rank all the websites. They rank a shitload of different websites. I don't know if they do all the websites because that's millions and millions of them. So this is Pulse X. If we look at this, Pulse X is ranked 17,000th globally. Remember, there's millions and millions of websites, and Pulse X is ranked 17,000. Another interesting thing to point out here, which you'll see is a little bit different in a second. So Pulse X 90 days ago was at 700,000th, right? So that was in December. And then the sacrifice ended on the 25th of February. So right here, it was at basically 19,000th, and it still continued to gain in terms of these are people who are actually interested going to their website. Bullish and Ninja, what's good? Follow DJ Crypto Maddox and Bradley. Yo. So just checking the comments quickly. Keith, what's good, Keith? I think you had mentioned something about working out. Hey, if you're ever down in somebody's printing something, but if you're ever down here in Florida, hit me up on Twitter or on Instagram. Okay, so this is in the world, and there's just a steady increase, which is not the case for Pulsechain. In the United States, PulseX is ranked 25th, basically 26,000th. Now let's see if we can share this tab. This is Pulsechain. Pulsechain is, hopefully that sound is not too loud, guys. Pulsechain is ranked 28,000. So look at this one, right? PulseX, 17,000 globally ranked website. Pulsechain, 10,000 spots, 11,000 spots less. What's going on here? I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. Like, why is Pulsechain not more popular? Their website, right? Is it just the website for PulseX is substantially better? Is it because the sacrifice just ended, right? We also see a flattening out here, right? They peaked at around 28,000 here. Then we had this little bit of a dip, and now they're coming back up. So look at the curve here, right? There's a dip here. There's a dip over here. There's all these little micro dips. But when we go to PulseX, it's just up and to the right. Yes, very, very gradually, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these. On the Pulsex, the traffic is more recent. Yes, tangent, completely agree with the traffic being more recent. But we also have this over here, which kind of helps give us another perspective of what's going on. This is Google Trends. Google is the largest search engine in the world, as well as YouTube, which is the second largest search engine in the world. And this is globally over the last 12 months web search. So let's see if you guys can see this properly. Yes, okay. The red line is Pulsechain and the blue line is PulseX. And you get to see this is what happened, right? But this, just over this last 2 weeks or so, PulseX has dropped here. So is this going to be a leading indicator of what's going to happen? Is the ranking for PulseX going to drop substantially? Right now, it's way ahead of where Pulsechain is. I don't know. The other thing about PulseX is please let me know in the comments somebody who does more of this than I do. PulseX, you're going to be able to swap ERCs. So yes, you can swap from ERC20 to PRC20, but it's a bridge, right? So you're going to have a bridge plus a DEX. So you can have a two-way bridge. You can go between Ethereum and Pulsechain back and forth. Now, if somebody wanted to exchange an ERC20 for another ERC20, they could do that, say, on Uniswap and whatever the fees are over there, right? I don't know if that's on, you're paying the fee on Ethereum, I would think, right? But on Pulsechain, it's going to be in Pulse. So the fee is going to be substantially less. And you could still switch, come in to a PRC20 and then go out as the ERC20 that you wanted. Even though you're doing a two-way swap, the cost of that is probably still going to be less. At least that's what my thought process would be. I'd like to know what anybody's thoughts are in the comments. GRC, what do you think?
I haven't heard a thing you said, so let me observe this chart and have my opinion on it. Okay.
Cool. PulseX is in blue and red is Pulsechain. This is Google search volume over the last 12 months globally.
Over the last 12 months.
So this is when Pulsechain came out. Look at the peak.
That makes total. This chart looks exactly like I would think it would look.
Even though Pulsechain is way more popular.
Yes, because there's hype over time, dude. Like the hype from Pulsechain also extends into PulseX. Plus, you get all the new heads that want a brand new opportunity, that heard about the sacrifice. Everyone heard about the sacrifice. Richard Heart's getting popular now. It's like it. So basically, can you see my mouse on here? No, never mind. But my interpretation of this is that Pulsechain got decently good popularity, like it should have. Pulsechain looks a lot more normal as far as like a nice, fat new project getting. I mean, as good as it could be. PulseX looks a little bit more manipulated, which is a little more dorks came in. A couple more dorks came in on the PulseX time. And by dorks, I mean top sellers. It just, it got a little explosive. But again, these are sacrifice phases. This one lasted longer than this one as well, Sam.
Well, look at this, though. So we got the same thing. PulseX, Pulsechain, worldwide, 12 months. Now we switched over to YouTube, right? So when somebody searches on Google versus somebody searching on YouTube, both are points of interest, but the data that they get is a little bit different. So on YouTube,
I can tell you on Instagram, nobody searches PulseX or Pulsechain. Nobody. Under 1,000 people. Oh, yeah. On TikTok, not that many either. Now, I don't know the numbers on TikTok, but I do know on Instagram because I've been looking. YouTube, not even a lot, really not impressive numbers on YouTube. 4.1K hashtag likes per whatever on PulseX. Like, it's not a lot, guys. We are talking about underground shit.
This is, but it's sustained. PulseX has sustained its interest on
Because
YouTube.
Pulse X is as legit as it fucking gets, Sam. Sam, Pulse X is as legit as it gets. We're about to play with the testnet. Find another guy that's putting out his shit, letting everyone play with it. Everyone's fucking with it. The whole community's involved. You won't find it, Sam. It doesn't exist. Sam, it doesn't exist anywhere. This is the first time.
Okay, so keep talking. I'm gonna pull up.
So Ethereum, when it started, is a lot like Pulsechain. Like to this day, everyone thinks Pulsechain. I mean, Ethereum was legit as fuck. Ethereum is legit as fuck, isn't it, Sam?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Like
don't know.
Ethereum is so legit. Like it's been around for 7 years, and people talk
Yes,
about it
yes.
every day, dude. Like
Yes.
so. We're just making something better than that and just projecting that, because what do we know about people? They just go where it's more free, where it's cheaper. All these NFT dudes, they go to Matic. They don't care. It's free transactions. That's the thing. It's just like, it's so sticky. And if you just do the thing right, but what people do is they never do it right, Sam. They all want to rug. They don't want to pay Debs $175,000 a year. You know, that's his limit for Debs, the lowest.
175.
K a year for the loser, the biggest loser at his office gets paid 175K a year. The biggest loser.
You had mentioned something interesting the other day, and you said that you heard there's, and I didn't think about it, but it makes sense. There's more talented devs in the legacy world than there is in the crypto world.
Absolutely, you're signing off your whole life if you go into the crypto world. You're saying,
yeah, and it's so small, relatively speaking. Like lots of stuff is happening every day, but it's so small relative to what.
But all the devs are rug pulling people, dude. All the devs know what they're doing, dude. That's why you have to pay 175K for the biggest wiener at your gym. I mean, at your office, because that's how good these devs are, and that's how much you have to pay them, or they won't do your shit. I'm sure. Check
this out. So this is actually shows the highest amount of search volume over the last 12 months on YouTube in Russia for Richard Hart. Interesting. We did think he was in Eastern Europe. That would make sense. I mean, that is really, really Eastern.
Wait, what? Wow, wait, hold on. Let me double look at this. That is really, wait.
So let's just recap real quick. This is Pulsechain, and Richard Hart. This came from, I think it was Crypto Games Club, 369. Thank you. He was like, put in Richard Hart. So I put in Richard Hart. So this is on the web over the last 12 months globally. In the US, we could check and see what that is like. It's probably a little bit different story. Still, this is what it looks like here in the US. But let's take this and go back to the world view, because these are global projects. If we go down here, the peak traffic actually comes out of Russia over the last 12 months. That's interesting.
Uh-oh. You heard it here first. Richard Hart and Putin are hand in hand. Sam Stolt, 4 weeks in, figured out the whole universal geopolitical tie. No, just kidding. But that is insane. That is really crazy good information, dude.
Let's take a look at YouTube.
Why do you think, Sam? Is that just? I would have thought USA all day. I really would have.
I did think it was going to be. So this is on YouTube. Oh, but I think Russia bans YouTube, so like that would.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like everyone just searches YouTube here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of because Russia just went ahead and banned the whole fucking thing. They fucked up our Google fucking trends.
Yeah, but so what are your thoughts on this? Right, this is Pulsechain ranked. Their website is ranked. So remember, people who go to people's websites are people who are actually super interested. People who go to Pulsechain, it's ranked 28,000 out of millions of sites globally. Versus, oh wait, let me share this with you. Sorry. This is the Alexa ranking for Pulsechain, and this is the Alexa ranking for PulseX. It's 11,000 spots more popular than Pulsechain is. What are your thoughts on that?
I would have expected that.
You would expect PulseX to be more popular?
At the moment, yeah. Down the line, no. So this chart, let's maybe one day somebody will clip this and we can go back a year later. So it'll be like this. Pulsechain will be slow and steady because the product is just slow and steady, fucking legit as fuck. That's what it is. Pulse X, I feel like I don't know enough about exchanges to really go ahead and give like a definite. But as far as the hype train's concerned, Pulse X is just the new shiny toy. That's the spike. It's the new shiny toy. Because if you had that other chart and you had gone back when Pulse X was down there, that would have looked like a bigger spike if it was up front in the chart. You know what I mean? So really there was the same spike, it's just happening at a different time. And Pulse X actually had all the people that were in Pulsechain already come straight to it. You know what I mean? It kind of carried them in there, and then the other fans came in too, because more time there was for people to like check it out. And guys, I have a little special. Hold on, let me roll out my shoulders real quick. I gotta roll out my shoulders real quick. RH is coming in. RH is coming in. Hold on. Hold on.
Trend numbers are relevant. I do agree. That's from.
Oh God, did he reply to my DM? Oh no. Oh no.
PVM crypto. I don't know, guys. Are you looking at the same thing? I just pulled up. I show Australia is the biggest search interest worldwide for Richard Hart. Are you looking at global YouTube? Are you looking at global or US? And are you probably looking at global, I would think. And are you looking at YouTube search or Google search on there? My YouTube channel has almost 40,000, 40% US views. Interesting. I should pull that up on mine once you start talking again and you talk about your shoulders rolling. What's good?
Dude, RH, thank you so much for joining the stream, bro. Oh shit, it's next to learn.
Okay, wait, I got RH. Where is he? Yeah. RH here, guys.
Dude, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know you're busy with
my pleasure, man.
Hey, Richard, it sounds like your voice is a little hoarse. Are you okay? You sick? It sounds like your voice is a little
listen, bro. I just woke up. I just banged like 10 girls. So, like, give me a break, okay, bro? Like, come on.
Dude, can you show us the latest?
You drink as much as me.
You got any Gucci?
No, I got Adidas, man.
Let's go, Adidas. Nice cop, dude.
Hey, do you have any other unboxings you want to share with us right now?
No, we got we got this watch right here. You know, we got a bag of weed right here.
What about the $50 million?
We got another bag of weed right here. We got another bag of weed right here. And then we got a bigger bag of weed right here.
Yeah.
That's my unboxing.
Someone went to Santa Claus not too long ago.
Yeah.
So let's cut through the crap. You know, this is a no BS channel at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We're talking about real shit, guys. He's in this. Hex to Learn is in this testnet. He's balls deep in this stuff. He's helping people just because this is what he's passionate about, guys. And he wants to spread the love and help everyone get better. We're not letting him go down. He's not letting us go down. We're going to fucking show everyone what's up with this mother effing testnet.
Yeah. You want me to show you the testnet now?
Yes.
Last night I was fucking around with it. So it was me, Hexy, and a bunch of other people on the chat last night. We learned a lot of shit about the testnet, which is pretty fucking cool.
Hexy's really smart with that stuff.
Well, Hexy's the best, man. I'm not even gonna lie, man. She's actually the best. She's the one who learns the fastest out of everyone in the group. No offense, guys.
She's always aware.
Well, more than aware.
She's always like right in there thinking, being smart.
She's on another level, bro. In my opinion. Shouts out to her.
Sam, nice background. I can't hear you because you're what?
I just switched locations. I didn't know.
Oh, is that your summertime home?
Yeah, this is where I go on the weekends.
Oh, okay, it's just the basement. It's the basement. Shh.
Yeah, my office is upstairs. I just decided to come down here. So this is the testnet.
Yeah. So today, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show people testnet. I'm gonna show them the Pulse Bridge, how to claim their tokens on the Pulse Bridge using the token list.
Awesome.
And then there's a bunch of things like, liquidity. So understanding how to actually add liquidity, what the little specs, what are these little things like expert mode, disable multi hoops, explain that. What else? There was a bunch of stuff. I'll get to it at the how to claim on freepulse.io. I'll show you guys how to do that with the multi accounts. I can show you guys
Yeah,
everything.
Sam has no idea about Free Pulse IO, so that'll be a good one too.
Yeah.
So
Free Pulse IO is where you can get free Pulse just for going to the website and playing with it.
Okay, so Bradley in the comments had mentioned, asked if I got into the Pulse sacrifice, and it looks like I can get some free Pulse through this thing that you guys are talking about. So that's what I will be doing. But
you'll have your Pulse,
yeah. There's gonna be freepulse.io, and also I think How to Pulse is gonna have howtopulse.com is gonna have a faucet. So yeah.
When you say faucet, what is that? Where is that like nomenclature coming from? Like why the term faucet? Like what's the reference?
So there's a term in crypto called fauceting, which is like pressing a button and it gives you free crypto.
So it's literally a function to make people press the button.
Yeah.
They get
yeah. So it's an onboarding tool that's been used forever. So how do I put this? So basically you go on a website and then the website entices you to come on it, whether you go on it and click a button or you put in your address. And then basically it sends you the money. So most of them are like, the faucet. I don't know if you've been on the testnet, but in order to get on the testnet, you need to go on the faucet and stuff like that. Have you been on that?
I went to like the testnet, as in what you're typing in right now, but I didn't have.
Did you go on this? Did you go on this?
I did not. Oh, I saw this and then I clicked away from this. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I didn't want to I was like, I need to learn more.
Oh wow, they changed it from 10,000. Now it's at 10 PLS per request. That's fucked up. So they changed that. So I'm gonna show you guys how to claim multiple times on this. So yeah, just let me know when you guys are ready.
We're ready. Let's start with there. So we want to claim multiple test pulse.
Yeah, okay, so we're here. So what I do, okay, guys, just a quick overview. I made a video about this. So when you're on Google, okay, or Brave, you come here on the little right and you click add here an account. When you add an account, it's going to ask you to sign in or continue as an account. So when you click continue as an account, you could create a brand new account, right? So let's choose pink for Gemrat, and then we click done. Oh, wait, let me just call it GRC. So, and then I get a brand new browser where, fuck, I just clicked that. Sorry.
We'll just keep it saying here.
No, so look, it's different, right? So it's completely different. You don't see it's not the same account, doesn't have the same bookmarks. I don't even have MetaMask, right? So because my MetaMask here is an account. Look, I'll show you. I hate when this happens. Come on, man.
When I originally couldn't get my MetaMask to connect to Hedron, to claim Hedron, and I had to clear my cookies. Once I cleared the cookies, it actually worked. I had to switch browsers too, but
so sometimes that happens. The cookies will, mess up people's computers. But look, so F19, right? So on F19, I would go on the other browser and I could go on, metamask.io. Make sure you click it properly or else you get hacked. I would download it on MetaMask for Chrome. Before you continue, I agree. I don't know why I never saw that in my life, but okay.
And so this is if somebody's brand new, or this is the steps they want to go to create their.
This is if you want to burn. This is if you want a double account. If you want another account, if you want a burner, if you want to use the faucet multiple times, you have a VPN. You could go ahead and be multiple people and do it. Right, so Chrome has been added. Right, so it's in my bookmarks, but when we go look at it, it's literally you're going to see it's going to be a brand new instance of MetaMask. So you can have multiple MetaMasks on the same computer, on the same actual browser type, but then you just, you go ahead and you change it. So I have different MetaMasks on different browsers, so which is cool, right? And then in one MetaMask wallet, you could have as many wallets as you want. Now, the wallets that are generated with the seed phrase. So this is going to get pretty complicated for people. So your seed phrase generates wallets in order, chronologically, always in the same time. So if I were to delete this MetaMask and re-add the same seed phrase, every single account in order will be the same.
Okay.
So your seed phrase generates a bunch of private keys in order, the same order all the time. Now, let's say I go on this one, like I want to add account number 3. Okay. I add account number 3. In order to add account number 3, I would have to come here. I would have to go in account details and I would click export private key. Now that private key is only for that address. So a seed phrase contains a bunch of private keys and the public key is associated with the private key.
So
If
say
you could understand it.
say that again. Okay, so I'm going to paraphrase
So-
to make sure I understand. So we have the
Yeah.
seed phrase in MetaMask is associated with all your accounts. So if you use it again in a different computer or different browser, that seed phrase is going to pull up all your accounts, however many accounts are in there. But if
in
you
order of what you, so account 1, account 2, account 3.
why
Account 4,
why is that? You'd mentioned that. Why is that important, or why would that be impactful? Like why do people care about what order it is that they come up?
Well, it's very important because let's say I'm on right now and I'm doing a bunch of things. So I have a wallet, my brother's wallet, my mother's wallet, my dad's wallet, my grandmother's wallet, my cousin's wallet, you know, and I have all different wallets, right? I have my savings account, I have my checkings, I have my car account. You know, you can have different accounts, right? But account number 10 will always be account 4D on the seed phrase. So the seed phrase generates private keys, and the private keys are always generated in order the same.
Okay, so question on seed phrase is access to the entire profile, all separate, all the accounts in order are going to come up. The private key is to an individual account. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it's for that specific account. So like let's say on this browser, I go and I add
Import.
I'm gonna create a wallet, right? So let's agree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Right, next. Remind me later. So I have an 8C, right? So if I were to come here and I generate account 10, right? And I click account details, private key. And guys, don't worry, this is a test wallet, so I don't care. Come scam me, bro. I don't give a shit. There's nothing in it. So you would copy this. Don't ever show your seed phrases or private keys to people, please.
Well, thanks for explaining the
come here.
difference between the private
Yeah,
key and
and
the
then
seed phrase. I didn't
Yeah,
know
so
that.
then you import, and then your only option once the account's already made is a JSON file or private key. Why? Because it's this MetaMask is that seed phrase. So I would put in this private key and I import the wallet, and I would have the wallet. But
4D.
if I were to go generate an account,
It's a brand new.
now, no, it's the account this account number 3 is the second account on the MetaMask on that seed phrase. So I'm making it. So this seed phrase, this account right here is the second account on that seed phrase. Why? Because this account 3, right? Basically,
It came from the other wallet.
no, account 2 is the one that's imported from the other wallet. So this one I can never regenerate its addresses, right? So like, let's say I generated a new address, account number 2, account number 3 is 7B. Let's say I were to import the 11th wallet here.
So what's the benefit of bringing an individual account to a new seed phrase? Like what you're talking about, right? Because you could take account 3 from your primary test and then bring it over to the new GRC one. What are some reasons why people would do that? Like how is that valued?
So one of them some of them is that as a security code, what I would tell people to do is you have a seed phrase. You don't use anything on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th account. You put it on the 11th account. So as a security measure, when the hacker comes in, he has to go all the way to the 11th account, then copy that public key and check to see if there's something. So he'll check the first account, there's no money. Second account, there's no money. Third account, there's no money. He's gonna be like, oh, this is just an empty fucking seed phrase. What's the chances that he goes all the way to the 11th account, put that account in and check to see if there's money? You know what I mean? So it's a different way. Now, some people, they just want that one specific account, right? Because they said, hey, I just went through all my accounts and I just sent my money all to one account. Now I have all these accounts. I just want this specific wallet. So they were to create a new wallet and import that private key. and that private key would give them just that wallet instead of having all the other wallets before it, right?
So
That's the only way to get that.
So you can have a private key in multiple different wallets.
Yeah.
And that means that multiple different wallets have access to that, correct?
Well, yeah. Every public key has a private key associated with it, and
So
every
wait,
seed
what's
phrase has a bunch of.
what's a public key versus a private key?
So a public key is your public address.
The one you
Okay.
send to me, Sam.
So that's called a public key as well as your address.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
yeah. People dumb it down as. Yeah.
Okay, and then your private
Well,
key
people
is,
generally say Ethereum address because that's all you deal in. So generally, but there's many other
Right.
addresses for many other chains.
okay, so that would just be your public key is the same thing as your Ethereum addresses. They're synonyms, right?
Yes,
They're
but
same
there's other addresses for other things. In the broad name for it all would be the keys.
thing. Okay, gotcha.
I mean,
And then your private key is what you're
Yes.
talking about, and you can put. So when you have your private key, you can put it in multiple different wallets. Now, multiple different wallets can access the money there. Is that accurate?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
So if you take your private key and you import it to two different wallets, now the two different wallets can access the money that private key gives access to. Okay, and so that
It's because you can't. It's because you can't put two. It's because you can't put two seed phrases on the same MetaMask browser. You can't. Every MetaMask extension has one seed phrase that you can import in it, and then you can import your JSON files and your private key. And I saw someone write down Finbear. Thanks, Finbear, for that comment. Your JSON files. Remember that you need to remember the password. If you don't remember the password, you're screwed, because there's a password that's put with the JSON file.
okay. So
In
what's the difference? So you can put in your private key or your JSON file, and
Yeah, JSON file has a password associated to it. The private key, it's just you put it in and it works.
Okay, and then you can create a new password for this. So when would somebody utilize this? What is the most common practical use case for importing your private key from one wallet to another? If your wallet gets compromised, or like what could you? That's not going to do anything.
Man, it would just be because you want that specific wallet. Because let's say you create a new MetaMask, right? Because it's like, I don't know, your family's, your friends or your extra MetaMask, right? And you want to have both accounts on the same MetaMask. Well, how do you import two seed phrases? You can't. So you have to import the private key if you want to have those two accounts from two different seed phrases on that instance of MetaMask. So it's something to understand and know, because it's very important. I never heard anyone talk about private keys, and I'm like, but does anyone know that they have that? Like, does anyone know that they could use a JSON file where it's like your seed phrase but with a password? Like, it's very important for people to understand that.
I appreciate it. This is all.
And it's a very good, Finbear. Thanks for that. I forgot about mentioning that. Thank you so much.
Very, very good information. Okay.
So yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna show you guys how to claim. So we're gonna claim on this account. I think my 24 hours is up. I'm not sure, but let's go ahead and claim and see if this works. Yeah. So it worked, right? So we got that. Now I'm gonna change to count. So I'm gonna put count 2, right? It says, oh, my rate limit hits 24 hours. So I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna take a walk to Norway. I'm gonna refresh the page.
And this T-Pulse is what
And
you're
it worked.
what you're going to be using to play around with effectively.
So I should receive the 10 PLS
yes. Yes, Uncle.
very soon. So then let's put account number 3. Refresh the page. Oops, I didn't change. Let's go to Ireland. Let's go see. And it worked.
And so all the stuff on Pulse,
account 2 got it.
It's just going to be done through
Account
Pulse
3
X.
is going to receive it. So let's do it.
No,
Let's do account 4 again, right? Account 4, if I were to request it now, I can't do it. Why? Because my IP address already claimed. Oh, well, thank God we could take a walk to Portugal. We took a nice little swim, guys. I passed by, I said hi. And there we go. And it works. So I just claimed on different accounts. And you could do this for as many accounts as you want, right? You could take a walk to everywhere in the world. And slowly but surely you'll get it. So you see account 3, I got the 10 PLS. And I want to see how fast it's going to take. It'll come. But yeah. So that's how you get multiple. That's how you claim on multiple faucets. Now the Rinky bridge, right? So I just want to show people how to do that with the Rinky bridge. Hold up, where's Hexy's? Hexy gave me a site. Give me a second, guys.
No, you're good. So anybody who is watching, don't forget to press that like button. Or if you want to support the channel, there's some links down below. Or if you want to jump over to Twitter and say what's good, we're also there on Twitter as well. And you can share this video over there. So thanks for that. Appreciate it. And thumbs up for that background.
I'm going to send, I need more insightful questions to be flowing through Hex to Learn's head. So we brought on, because I had to talk to an insert.
Oh, I'm not even done, bro. It's questions for after, man. And we're still fucking around with it.
Yeah. So let's assume that somebody goes through this process and they claim a bunch of T-Pulse, and then they go in. So they take all that, they consolidate to one wallet, and then they use that one wallet on the testnet, right?
Yeah. They could use whatever wallet they want on the testnet. They could use all the wallets on the testnet. What I'm trying to show people is that you don't have to use your profile that you do all your shit with. Just make a new profile, make a new MetaMask, and then with that MetaMask, fuck around with things. Use it. Try dApps out. Try the testnets out. You know, right now you have the chance to use the testnet. Try it out. You know what I mean? When you're doing the faucets, this is the way you do it to get multiple faucets, right? Why would you claim once an hour and you could claim 6 times an hour, or 10 times an hour, or 25 times an hour?
I think you're at step 25, and most people are just like, well, he's way too far ahead of. I don't even know what.
Yeah, well, good for them. They could rewind the video and watch it, man. At some point, it's like you gotta catch up, man. You can't be that old lady. You can't be that old lady. You can't be that old lady with that with still the car with the booklet that says, "Oh, I'm minusing every single transaction."
Going through and testing the testnet is more valuable to most people than claiming T-Pulse 26 times. Like, yes, it's valuable. It's fun process to like learn and understand how to do that. But I think for most people, going through and taking that and now going like, okay, they claim some through a faucet, then going through and actually how do they go through and use it is probably a little bit more valuable, because they see like, okay, you can go through, change your VPN to set your location, use a different wallet.
Sorry, you cut off, Sam, because I changed, disconnected from the VPN.
Okay, you should be able to.
Panjay, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, Sam got cut off. Oh, Jeremiah got cut off.
I can hear both of you.
I can hear both of you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess it's because I changed my VPN. My whole computer glitched.
That's
but
the switch.
Yeah, literally, it does that. Let's see if this works. No, it doesn't work. So I gotta do the captcha. So, guys, this is the Rinky B faucet. If you guys want to go ahead and try the Pulse bridge, it's on this website. So it's a Rinky B faucet.
You are Robo.
Try GRC. Try to stop share and then let him reshare again. Maybe that'll like help with it.
I mean, I only just got the end of what you guys were talking about, but there's no real point in trying to stockpile testnet pulse, right? You only just need enough to transact.
Exactly.
It's not worth anything.
Correct.
But but it doesn't hurt someone if they don't have time. You know, this is free, man. I'll be honest with you. If I would have listened to everyone in 2017 that said don't faucet Doge, I'd be a broke pleb. So, you know, I sometimes just take the chance, right? Just like if it goes 1,000x, it's just as if you clicked it 1,000 times, you know. So,
but it's just fake pulse, so it's going to go away. There's no value to it.
It's not.
Now, yes,
so
it's
you're,
fake.
so you're talking about when the real pulse launches.
Yeah, he's just literally testing how to use a faucet.
Yeah,
in general.
I'm just showing how to use it. I'm just showing how to use it, not for the testnet. I still haven't went on it, but when you have faucets,
I get it now.
This is the way to go around faucets, because usually faucets don't allow you to claim due to your VPN, right, or your wallet address. So if it's the wallet address and VPN, well, boom, 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 boom. That's how you get rid of it. Now I don't know why this captcha is not working, but it's probably because I've reused it. But yeah, guys, so Rinky B faucet, I don't know if you could zoom on the page.
Yeah, I can. Hold on.
So you're saying even if it checks both, you can just change. You can just go different wallet, different IP.
Yeah, different wallet, different IP because of your, obviously with the VPNs, you just literally, you go anywhere in the world, right? You can choose anywhere in the world and then you change. So that helps. Now this is just to like get enough, because some people like they use up all their stuff and they want more, right? And they want to play with it more. This is a way to play with it more. And at the same time, later on, this is a way to bypass those certain things. So if people are in certain parts of the world, well, you can make a different wallet and use a VPN. You could put two and two together.
From a history for Future and Tangent and GRC, you might know this too, but Hexy Cajun says that you can use it when something launches, when Pulse launches. So do people who are like whales set up faucets just as like an onboarding tool?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Well, it depends on the whale, right? Because if the whale is rich and he's on a boat somewhere, he couldn't give a shit about the faucet.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you that the person in India or the person that is unfortunately struggling right now to get a bank account, the person in Nigeria right now, the person in places where, they have access to internet, but unfortunately, their dollar is worthless and they don't have a job that pays a lot.
GRC, we
these
can't
people,
see anything.
Well, these people will
really.
Yeah,
black screens.
That's a good point, man. That there's some like what seems like change to us in some countries, it's like a daily wage.
Yeah.
So
it's
if
like
they
people
can
laugh
sit
at this
there
idea.
smashing a faucet, then they could make like 5-6 times what they would normally earn going doing laboring just by clicking some buttons. Because it's all relative, right?
Well, it's all button clicking at the end of the day, literally. Like all crypto is, if you really think about it, is you need to somehow find some way to get this shit in your bank account, and then you just click buttons. And it just magically goes up. Like literally that's all of it. And I've literally been learning that I just need to learn how to click all these buttons. Like
holy shit, dude, do you know what you just made me realize? A fucking AI.
You see me?
A fucking AI could work out how to win at crypto. It would go in and rape Sun. It would find all the DeFi exploits. It would just go bang, 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 and just work them all out immediately. Do you know what I mean? Because all you would do is you would just load in all the smart contracts. The AI just goes through, and then it would literally rape crypto.
Yeah, no, but like at the same time, I feel like you could. I don't know. Do they know if people are interacting with the contracts like before they launch it? Like, could they tell somehow? Like, if people were building something?
I'm not just talking about Pulsechain though. I'm talking.
I know. That's what I'm saying though. But like, could people like catch on to that? Because obviously every scam in the world has been like kind of tried or at least like given a go, right?
Well, we would know if someone was doing this idea because then exploits in smart contracts wouldn't take weeks or months to be exposed. They would all be exposed instantaneously. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
so Hex to learn. I think if you leave and come back, it will. You're totally frozen. I'm
frozen.
Yeah, everybody else is good, but your picture's like frozen, and it's been very glitchy. He'll be back, and he'll be back. I agree that the AI thing is going to be crazy. Tangent over, like used to pay attention to Tesla, and they're destroying like these other companies have no idea what's about to like. They're about to run into a brick wall and just get utterly fucking destroyed. Tesla's making cars like how they make these pens, right, where you can make this pen and you make 27,000 of them per 10 minutes or something, and that's how they're going to be making cars. And these like using different type of AI technology, but also how to drive self-driving and stuff. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, now your picture is way better, and you do seem to be clearer.
Yeah, that's self-driving AI. What a motherfucking crazy concept they are doing in that room.
It is awesome. I use it every day.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Dude. Like, I believe it. I believe anything that's technologically advanced, I just believe nowadays. I'm like, yep, that's probably happening. Like, and then...
But compare navigating a car through a in real life situation compared to what AI could do on the blockchain where everything's digital.
Yeah.
And that's AI's wheelhouse, man. That is like it does not have to deal with stop signs and fire hydrants.
But the AI guys are in crypto.
It would just come in. So I'm shocked it hasn't already been done.
But it's
they're all in
probably
crypto, Tangent. They're probably all rich from crypto.
Not even just finding exploits. You could, because like you said, it's just clicking buttons, right? Like, as in, it would just work out the best way to do everything.
It's probably what you mentioned though, GRC, because you mentioned that the best, the most creative, resourceful developers are not in crypto yet. So it's probably the same exact
just by definition, they're not. It's just by definition. It's not by me knowing anything.
Yeah, it's literally fringe.
It's like putting a gun to your head in that community to be a dev and say, I'm going crypto. Like, like I'm going crypto, hold your nose, put a gun to your head. I hope I don't get rug pulled. And like, that's what the vibe is. They just want to keep their jobs. Like, it's just not stable.
But that attitude is changing.
Yes.
We're having, and not just devs, there's like people in traditional finance and stuff that are starting to come over, like big names, big positions, people who have high paying jobs in the banking sector going, you know what? I'm going over to crypto.
That's what
more interesting, more exciting, more enjoyable, more enthusiasm, more passion, and more
less taxes. Less taxes.
Yeah.
No taxes.
All right, Hex to learn. We're back up and ready. I can see your screen perfect. You're not glitching at all.
Perfect. So today what we're gonna do, guys, is if you want, you could go on the Rinkeby faucet. I already claimed too many times last night, so I gotta wait at least till tonight to claim again because I think I used up all my profile accounts. But actually, you know what? Let's try something. So I'm gonna try the brand new account I made, GRC. We're gonna go into the rinkebyfaucet.com. I'm gonna add this motherfucker's email.
Tangent, what you were just mentioning while he is pulling this up, I think you're 100% right, where a lot of legacy players, like big players, like smart people, intelligent people, are like, let's get the fuck out of fiat because they don't have we don't have any control over it, and the governments are just like self-serving, corrupt, like scum.
Yeah,
but still, they're doing it. Like, they don't want everyone to know. Just be a little bit quiet. Like they're not like everyone has a giant position in Bitcoin, and I'm making the leap. They're all like, guys, all the plebs are gonna stay over here. Let's get out of here.
So it actually worked. So I got the Rinkeby faucet. So it should be sending me 0.01 Rinkeby. So ETH, sorry. So it just came. So I'm gonna send this to account number 2, Max. Network is busy. Gas prices are high. Estimates low accurate. So I'm gonna bump that. Let's see if that works. So now that we have our ETH, we're going to the Pulsechain bridge, guys. All the links are on. Well, I will put it in the description after, Jimrat, and you can go on Richard Hart's Twitter and check out the thread of Richard Hart. He has all the links in here. So on the Pulse, pulseramp.com. We're going in the bridge. We're going to want to send, our ETH. So let's take it as if we were someone who wants to bridge over their assets. So we're going to take our ETH, right? So let's say we're taking 0.1 ETH, right? We're going to bridge it over. It's going to tell us how much we're getting, bridge fees, send it, send. That's it. Confirm transaction.
Dude, that's sick.
I don't think you can't get more easy than this, man.
That website looks sick. I haven't seen that one yet.
The color schemes on the websites are absolutely orgasmic.
Like, yeah.
I would have stayed here all day long. Like, like that kind of.
Hold on. I gotta clean my screen.
I'm in the Who would have thought all us guys just shoot this shit about this nerdy stuff?
So, guys, a lot of people are getting problems. Okay, a lot of people are getting problems where once they do the bridge, they can't find their assets, or they they don't know where to get the token address for stuff like that. So so in order to get this token list, you got to go on pulsex.com on the DApp, on the app.vb2.testnet.pulsex.com. You're gonna go in the trading aspect. You're going to go add liquidity. You're going to click add liquidity. And you're going to select currency. You're going to select currency. You're going to click manage token. Then you're going to see this Pulsechain thing here, right? You got to look at this little thing here. Click it. and then you click C, and then boom, it pulls you up this web page that gives you all the addresses for the types of. So hold up. So it gives you all the addresses for these types of things that you could use. So the ETH, right? So we would go and copy the ETH address, so we could save it for later. Let's go look at the Pulsechain bridge. It's done. It's transferred. So I'm going to click close. So I'm going to come in my wallet and check, right? This mess. I'm in account number 2. I have to go in, I think. So in account number 2, my assets, I'm in the Ringby. I'm going to change to Pulsechain Testnet. So it technically tells me, ah, shit, well, I technically got it. Well, yeah. It technically put it in, but you have to go ahead and take the ETH. Oh, no, I have to put ETH. Sorry, I'm messing up. So you got to take the token contract. You put it in. It'll automatically show the symbol. You add the token, and it'll import your ETH. Was this the ETH that I sent it from? Wait, is it number 8? Was it this one? See, this is what happens when you have too many accounts. You start getting, you get like, what the fuck did I do? Did I do it from this account? Did I do it from the other one?
Yeah, dude, I'm on that train. It's fucked. Like multiple hardware wallets, multiple wallets.
Yeah, it has to be this. It has to be this one. Now, where's the transactions, right? So we could always check no history's made. That's weird.
Adding
Gym Rat, tell me you know that chick in real life that's on your thumbnail. Tell me you know her IRL.
I do not.
No.
She was actually, you know, the ad I was holding in my hand that said,
yes,
you want a Hexy investment? That was actually an ad that she was on. And I just took the two out and put it in my hand and separated her. Yeah, but I've used her twice now. She's great. You know, she's great. She's a team leader. I mean, she's a leader in this company. I mean, she shows up every day, same team smile on her face.
motivates the other staff.
She's a fluffer. She's a fluffer. You ever heard of a fluffer tangent?
I know.
That's
They play with your pee before the
main event.
Give you a little fluff.
That was the transaction there, tangent, I think, on that account number 2.
Okay, well, let's restart it.
What a coincidence.
Let's restart it. So F19, I'm gonna have to change this account. I don't know why it's select switching the bridge. No.
By the way, that chick's way too hot to be just a fluffer. She would be like literally the star. In fact, too hot to even be in a movie like that. Like, just
you'd be like, respect yourself. Get out of
here. You're fired. Get out of here.
Your life's gonna be great. Get out.
So, with the bridging, it's testnet to testnet at the moment.
Okay, so let's just restart it. I don't know what the fuck I just did, so I don't have the time right now on stream to show people what I fucked up and did. So we're gonna go.
Oh yeah, so exactly. Ringby testnet, yeah. Man, so this is really exciting. I'm glad you showed us this because it's awesome, man. There's so many little things you should check. Even in like in the DApp, we realized there's so many little people might know this, but there's like little options for newer people that what they could do, which is awesome, right? And these are options that people don't even utilize on Ethereum. Like one of them would be to like make a swap, and when you do the swap, you could send it to an address, so you could save a transaction fee by swapping and then sending. Yeah, you could do that. So I'll show you right now. So when you look, when you're in trade, right, you exchange right here and sends it to a new address, or just swap it directly into that.
So right now, usually people have it like this, right? Where you take the money, you connect your wallet, right?
And it just goes from one to the other.
Whatever, forget about it. I'll do that later. We'll do this later. Right? So,
but critically for me, the thing that I would care about is, does it still show up as 2 steps on the blockchain? Like, i.e., can you swap it into another wallet address and show?
We'll check it out right now. We'll do it right now. So this is the way it is normally, right? Where you put in something and you get something else, right? And you can click it, swap. Now, when you click the little, charts, well, you get the charts, right? You obviously know that. You get the transactions. That's amazing. Now, when you click this, you could choose, your default speed, Then you choose your tolerance, which everyone understands that. And then it asks your deadline. So you could change the transaction deadline. So if you want to like not make it go for 20 minutes, you want it only to go for 5 minutes and then fail, then it fails in 5 minutes. Then expert mode, okay? Expert mode is bypass confirmation models and allow high slippage trades used at your own risk. Okay, so you click expert mode now. Boom, expert mode. Now it says here, add optional. So you can add a sender. So I could send myself this transaction
from one wallet to another wallet.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So that once it's swapped, it goes to a different address.
Yep. So right now we're back here. I'm gonna sign in. I'm gonna put in that wallet number 4. I'm gonna send that PLSX there, right? And
you reckon that's not new to Pulse X? That exists on regular Uniswap as well.
100%, 100%. Yeah.
Shit.
I don't really do that much to Uniswap. I do other chains. The other chains have this available, but I'm pretty sure Uniswap has it. I'm pretty sure. Go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of them are forked from Uniswap.
So the transaction receipt. So let's go check it out. So then that's it, right? And then I guess it's from, and it's going to, right?
So if you click, if you click on that second address, the one that ends in 3A, so that it actually pulls it up on the blockchain and see where the funds actually came from, so that if it shows, because like the reason why I'm getting why it makes a difference to me and other people should be getting excited as well is if you can do this and it doesn't show a link back to the other address and it just shows it coming straight out of the liquidity pool to the new address, then that's a form of coin mixing almost. It's an obfuscation technique.
The block explorer is not going to show up it now because it's still indexing, but the network works.
It's still a pending transaction.
I see. That's why. Yeah.
Whoa, Tangent. That's a good point. That'll be very interesting because if that was built in, oh man.
Yeah. Dude, so okay, what does that mean? What does that mean when I understand what you're saying exactly? I know exactly.
Because what is that other crypto? Tangent, the one that does that automatically that people already know.
Tornado Cash.
That's
obviously this would be subtly different. You're not actually using it as a coin. It's not a coin mixer, but it almost works like a coin mixer as you're using the liquidity pool as the mixing pool, I guess, and then funds just come out of the LP and you've got no idea who those funds belong to. It could have been anyone, a trader, a liquidity provider. So that would be gangster. That would be so gangster.
That would be awesome.
That would be so gangster.
Because you could do that in one step instead of having to do multiple steps to do that.
Yeah. Rather than swapping and then using Tornado Cash and dumping it back out and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dumping everything with Tornado Cash so no one knows what my shit looks like. Bitches.
Oh, and by the way, I heard on a podcast that with Tornado Cash, people who use really, really large amounts, if you go the largest one and you do lots of them, you're trying it, say you were one of the people who hacked an exchange and you just got Ethereum out your ass. If you try and wash too much of it all at once, then they can work out who it is. They can trace it.
Just by quantity.
If you're such a just by the quantity. Yeah. If you're trying to wash so much Ethereum that you dwarf every other person within the largest pool, which I think is 100 ETH. I think 100 ETH is the largest unit you can wash at once. I shouldn't be using the term wash. That sounds illegal. Mix, obfuscate. So.
We're keen, bro. We're keen.
That makes sense, though. That makes 100% sense.
Dude, the keen word is that is a word that should be picked up everywhere. I mean, I know keen is a word in the US, but no one uses it.
Oh, we use it heaps over here. All right, I'll help popularize it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it going, but I have no friends anymore and I never leave my room. So.
No IRL friends.
It's like me and Tangent, like just like we're keen.
So, future, that transaction
It's
that was
famous.
it's still pending.
It's famous, but yeah,
His name's famous.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it's okay, man. Everyone gets us confused. It's just for future because future gets mad when people do that. I don't really care. It's okay. I am in the future, so
He's famous.
True.
If people call him famous, or you say famous.
hey, if I then future gets famous, man. That's up to him, man. It's better for me, no. So I don't know why these things are unconfirmed yet, but it's supposed to. Oh, there you go. It's confirmed. So yeah. So from.
So how do you tell if so? Is that what was the last two of the first wallet you sent it from? How do we know?
So you see, it sent it to my address, right? And it sent it to me. But okay, and this is another way. Guys could come click here and you get the address of the coin, right? So I'll show you guys how I did that again. When you go in a transaction, right? So let's go back, right? Connect back again.
This is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for taking the time to share with us and for diving deep on yourself to understand this shit. It's awesome.
It's my pleasure, man. So I think it was number 4.
I think it was
no, it was 5. It was 3, I think. No, 5. It was 3 and 9. Guys, this is why you need to add. I'm gonna rename the accounts as the
account 5.
It's so fun. So guys, look, this is how you learn, right? You teach and learn, right? So when you try and do things too fast, you fuck up. So what I'm gonna do is now add the name of your accounts, add the last 4 digits of your fucking wallet address to the name of the account, so you don't go crazy looking through your fucking accounts when you have 20 or 10 of them, right? So on this account, we're going to go ahead and check it out. So we don't have the Pulsechain. We have to import the token, right? So when we were looking at it in the other wallet, right? So we pulled up the transaction. The transaction is this. Now, in order to get the contract, in order to add it to the wallet, the best way to do it is to look for I'll show you guys, I'm going to zoom in, is to look for the coin itself, right? So you see PLSX, you click on it.
Question on this specific part here. Is what Tangent had mentioned accurate?
I'm sorry, can you repeat what he said?
So basically what he was saying in short was when you do the transaction, like on Uniswap, it doesn't bind the 2, but on the one that you're showing us, the alpha, it binds the 2 in the same transaction. Do they show up as 2 separate, like when you do a swap and send?
I just showed you the transaction. So we're going to go ahead and check and see if it actually sent it to a wallet, right? Because we did that transaction and we did the swap. So let's go ahead and so I showed you guys that.
Does it like hide the first half of it? So
I don't know. Let's check it.
Okay, that's what you're doing. Okay, I didn't know. Understand that.
No, it's not. Yeah, we're gonna check it out. So when you come here, right? So you could check the coin, right? So we checked the coin. We went in back, right, behind in the transaction, like I've been saying. In order to find the coin, right, we're not gonna go on the Pulse XLP. You have to go on the Pulse X to find the coin. So when you click on the coin, it gives you the contract address of the coin. You click copy. Then you come in your wallet.
5 is the number.
Right. So guys, the proper PLS X1 is the one that ends in 42. So we would come here and add it, PLSX, and we have the PLSX because I did the transaction twice. Remember? So
sorry, I was distracted for a second.
Yeah. So it worked.
Did you look on the blockchain to see if there was any link back?
That's the transaction details. So I'll let you guys read it.
So,
can somebody explain
that C25 address in the from, is that an address that belongs to you? Was that the address that you were swapping from?
The C25 is me.
Okay. So that means unfortunately I got excited prematurely, and it does not so you can still use the Block Explorer to see who was the person who's
illegal
activity.
So I can explain to you.
We have to go back to the default of actually, like, if you want to obfuscate your fund, you have to use something like Tornado.
This is what Tornado does. Okay. So right now, if you were to read this transaction, okay, I'll read it to you. Okay, so it tells us the timestamp, right? So this is when it happened, right? When it was executed. Now it tells you the address that was doing this transaction that approved it, right?
That's the one I was hoping that it wasn't going to have that there, that it would have like the LP's address or something like that.
But that's what's happening is then it interacts with and it sends it to the LP. And then usually it would say from mine and it would send it to.
Oh,
right?
wait.
So
wait. So that second address, 3A, that's not also yours.
No, it's not mine.
Oh, perfect. Then it is good. So on the other side of it,
but it doesn't mask, because on Tornado Cash or XMR or ARR, this piece right here, this shit here is missing.
You know what? I'm gonna have to.
Like on one of the transactions, this is missing. Like this whole part
still,
here.
Yeah, it is still.
It misses.
It's still
but us, we
it
see it. So us, we see it, right? On a normal transaction, let's go and do a normal transaction, right? So on a normal transaction.
Actually, I just realized another issue is a timing attack. So even if it was separate, someone could do a timing attack where they just look at the time that it occurred and link it, time and amount. You would be able, even if on the Block Explorer it wasn't immediately apparent, you could go back and work it out, looking at the values transferred, like the values swapped and the time that it occurred, and you would be able to pin those addresses back together. So you've got to use a mixer. But that is still a cool feature though, for like convenience and possible gas saving, maybe.
Well, on ETH, it definitely is gas saving.
On Uniswap, do you pay ETH on the mainnet and 3.3% to Uniswap?
I'm sorry, on ETH what?
So on Uniswap, are you paying a ETH like mainnet fee plus a Uniswap fee?
When you're doing a transaction, like you just swap and you send, yeah.
So you're paying two fees if you're doing that in Uniswap, correct?
Yeah, and this one you would only pay one. So look at the difference, Tangent. This is a normal transaction, right, where you send it to yourself. Yeah. Right. So you do a swap, but it sends it back to you, right? So you just see the from and interact with. You see? So the interact is the same. The 3A, that's the LP.
Oh yes, so that is the LP address. Yeah.
So when we look at this one, it tells us the LP, but then it has a token transferred. So let's go see actually how much gas we paid. So gas used by transaction. So it was, where's the fee? Yeah, transaction fee. So it cost us 6.4. Oh, big difference though.
3 zeros versus 1 0 or 2 zeros.
Oh, it hasn't. No, it hasn't confirmed. Sorry, it hasn't confirmed. Sorry, it still hasn't confirmed.
Hey, Jimrat, just quickly, what's your policy on smoking weed on stream on your channel?
My policy is until you have 1,000, it doesn't matter.
Assuming that I might be in a location where it's legal though, you know.
Well, it's legal where I am.
It's legal where I am because I make the rules. Because I've got a friend coming round who's a stoner, and we might char up.
Yeah, dude, tell him to come on stream and dox himself.
Yeah, she's gonna. Different though. I told her to come on stream and ask dumb questions.
Yeah. Yes. Ask her what.
Are you guys allowed to smoke weed? Are you guys allowed to smoke weed, Tangent, on stream? Not on stream, but in Australia, because last time I heard or what I hear is like your shit is like, nah, man, like drugs is like no, you go to jail.
There's no
smoke weed. You guys are Nazis
weed is not legal anywhere in Australia. However, I could be streaming in from anywhere, right?
No, but I'm saying, how ridiculous is that you can't smoke?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That is crazy, dude.
There's such a global consensus.
There's two Quebec girls. Those two Quebec girls. You for sure heard about that. The two Quebec girls that tried smuggling cocaine and I think in Australia. Did you hear about that story?
No.
My policy is weed, yes, though.
Anyways, there was these two broads, man, two fucking broads that they tried smuggling all kinds, and they went to jail for I don't know how many years because of how the way Australia works. So, yo, Tangent, look at this. Actually, I take back my words. I'm gonna eat my comments. I was fucking wrong. So it does show the token transferred. So on the normal transaction, it just says that it sends it back to your normal address. So if you look at the different transactions, right? So this was the swap. So the swap did this, it interacted with this, and then it sent it back to my address.
Breaking it down, yeah.
But on the other one, it says it sent it to the different address. So it's the same transaction. So I used 6-4.
Oh, so it has similar detail. It has similar detail. It's just different.
Yeah. Exactly. But the token transfer, it used 6-4. Now let's see how much it used here. It used the same amount of, almost the same amount of pulse for the 6-9. So it's just a bit different. It probably varied. So it's not more nor less to do that type of transaction. So that's awesome. So that's
nice. That's nice.
Yeah. Now there's another feature, right?
Saves time and money.
Now there's another feature, right, that I've realized, and a lot of people might know this, and some people definitely don't know this. So when you look at the amount that you receive, right, because of the slippage, you see that? It tells you the routing.
Back 2-6.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys look at that. Okay, so you see how there's no routing. You don't actually know where the routing is, right? So when you add the disable the multi-hoops, it will actually tell you. So like when you're changing the liquidity route, it'll tell you where you receive it. So you changes. So it disables restrict swaps to different pairs only. So direct pairs. So you would directly be swapping to them. I don't know why it's not showing. Usually it would show. They took out that feature.
Well, this is instead of going from one coin to another coin to DAI, it goes more direct to DAI. But then the rate might not be as good.
No, this is weird because it wasn't showing like this before. This wasn't showing like this before. And I know everyone in the chat knows this in the Twitter space. Hexy knows this. Everyone in the space knows this. Before, it used to provide you the actual routing. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks, man. Okay, well, that changed now. It doesn't tell you anymore because before it was able to tell you where it was routing from. So, okay, so here's the minimum received, right? So I get 4.34. Now, if I take out the direct thing, it'll technically give me less. You see that, the difference?
Yep. Yes. And the hoops.
Well, it technically should have changed. It should have changed. It should change, man. I don't know why it's not doing it now. What the fuck?
Try hacks or something.
Is it because there's not enough slippage? Well, let's try with this. No, it doesn't tell you anymore. Oh, that sucks, guys. Well, that fucking sucks.
Do you have to click on the little icon next to liquidity or something? Once that's turned on.
Yeah. So they changed that. So they changed the whole fucking thing.
Shut off expert, maybe. Shut off expert and see if that does anything. Like keep on the hoops thing and then.
No, we were showing it yesterday too. We were doing it yesterday. I had it all. We saw this. It wasn't like this yesterday. They fixed it. It wasn't like this because it was telling you the actual routing, man. It was telling you like the PLS was going from PLS to USDT to ETH and then back to PLSX. Like it would tell you the routing and it would also tell you the difference of like how much you would be getting in the different disable multi-hoops, right? Because you get different types of slippage, right?
So what would be the benefit of it? One takes like longer.
So gay. What
would be the benefit of that? One takes longer to do.
Well, no, because you could see which one gives you more. So if you directly pair, like if you were to interact directly with the pair, does it give you more? Or does it give you less?
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay. Yep.
And then you're able to play around, but now they changed that. I know we were able to see that. Anyways, so next, so there's other stuff. So the liquidity. I'm presuming people know how to add their token in here, right? So they would like, how to paste their token. So you come in like, the block explorer and like, let's say I want to take Hedron, right? So you would look for the Hedron. It's for sure the one with the most addresses, right?
And what is this you're doing right now? You're adding this to the testnet for yourself?
I'm gonna add the token into the Pulse, right? Well, I think I added Hedron already. Yeah, I already added Hedron. Never mind. Hold up. I'll take another one. I'll get another one. Hold up. What coin should we use? Shiba?
Yeah, we're doing.
Let's do the Shiba.
Shib.
Doge, Doge, I don't think is. Do they have to?
Shib.
No,
Shib,
Doge is not in
marketing
ERC20.
wise, Shib was pretty nice off the tongue.
Yeah.
Shibu Inu, like everyone was saying Shibu Inu for the longest time, guys. Remember when Shib was just popping? Like everyone's kids were saying Shibu Inu. Like it was crazy. And I hate when people try to downplay that. Obviously, the tech is like not cool and nobody cares about it, but like still, that shit occurs. And like,
Dude,
hey, that's what Hex Learn always tells me. Hex Learn always tells me, he's like, dude, just keep your eyes open. Shit happens. He's like, you can fuck around in a tire if you're paying attention.
Crypto Bubbles still has SHIB. If you put Crypto Bubbles on the yearly, SHIB is still just absolutely dominating.
What a fucking world we live in.
So, guys, when you come on the token, right, you take the contract of the token, and then you were to come in here, and then all you have to do is this. Import. I understand. Import. And then you got your Shiba. So then I could buy Shiba. Right. I would be able to go on the exchange, look up Shiba, boom. Oh, hey, added by user. I got Shiba. So this is what people need to do. So you have to go there and add that. So let's go again. Let's add another token, right? So let's add CRO. Grow. Oh, take the copy of the address, come back here, come in here, right? Boom, boom. CRO.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Crow is another pretty crazy price chart. Excuse me.
Buster.
Crow is another pretty crazy price chart if we're being all the way 100. Like that shit, I remember when that shit was 1 penny low key.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's
I ended up with some of that just from because I've got one of their cards and you get rewards in their token.
Ooh, guys.
And I know exactly what you're talking about. Tangent, that shit's alpha. That shit is
people
alpha.
realize what just
No,
you guys see the difference here? I don't know. Look, Crow has its logo. BNB doesn't.
What is BNB?
Is it because they forked it?
Wait.
I mean, it would have to
Did
be
you grab
wrapped
the wrong
BNB,
one?
right? It would have to be wrapped BNB.
Look up BNB again in here.
No, because BNB started as a ERC20,
do a search.
then it became a BNB, and then it became a BP20.
Maybe you added the wrong address.
That's a good point.
No, it's BNB.
That's a good point. Good memory, dude.
Ethereum.
Good memory, dude.
Yeah, they forked themselves. Same thing as ADA. They all started. Doge was never an ERC20 though. It was
1 point to Hex.
Yo, that's crazy. I forgot it. I mean, low key alpha again.
You see FTX token, same thing. It doesn't have its logo.
And what's your thought process and why? Did I miss it? Why do you think that is?
Just disrespect. We're just disrespecting their shit.
Gotcha.
Well, there could be a couple
just kidding,
reasons, right? They could be.
Guys, read between the lines.
Drop it, famous.
Yeah, tell it to somebody who doesn't know what the fuck you're
You guys are business. Okay, you guys are all business savvy, right? Why would you not put the picture of being? I don't know how do you do it? Is it us that puts the picture? Is it them?
I would say the users.
It says added by user.
What?
No, I added it. When you go and search, I'm searching.
Custom added. Yeah.
I'm just searching all the exchanges tokens, right? So what other exchange tokens is there?
ADA.
Solana.
No, but these are exchanges,
Oh,
right? So KuCoin.
What about Kraken?
Hex to learn B2B. BNB is a DEX of some sort or something.
Oh, BNB is a Binance Smart.
It's Binance token.
Okay. It's a Binance token.
Binance
Smart Chain.
FTX is also
No. Binance Smart Chain is BEP20. Don't get it twisted. Binance Smart Chain is FTX is FTX. It's an exchange.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I got you. Now I understand. And
these are all exchanges. KuCoin is the same thing, exchange. So these are the exchanges and their tokens. Why is CRO the only one with its fucking badge?
Ooh. Oh god, this is what the stuff that Hex.
What's the sushi one?
Sushi swap?
Well, sushi is a DEX. It's a DEX.
Decent. It's like Pulsechain. It's the same thing for a different blockchain.
But it's going to have its own token, though, right? Don't they have a token?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Sam, the difference is that the sushi is the central. It's a DEX, right? And Binance is a SEX. Right?
And what's the connection between BNB, FTX, and the third CR?
All right, Sam. So there's coins that represent certain things, and then there's blockchains, right? So there's blockchains that have coins, like Pulsechain has the Pulse coin. Ethereum has the Ether coin. Everyone calls it Ethereum, but it's called Ether on the chain, isn't it? So it's actually Ether. A subgroup, but nobody says that. So people get a little bit confused. Binance has a token called Binance coin or whatever. It's called like the Binance coin. And there's an exchange. It's just like Pulsechain will have Pulse token. But Pulsechain also has Pulse X. So what does BNB have that's Pulse X? What's it called, guys? PancakeSwap? Is that the So PancakeSwap's the BNB one. So you got to see all of these blockchains. You got to figure out which ones are the blockchains, and then they have all these pieces around them. But the other things that you're learning about is the pieces. But they all have tokens associated with them, and they all go up for different reasons. So like some things just have a token because they want to. And then some things have a token because you need to use it for the network, like Ethereum. So like people just make a token for their shit. Cardano has a token that does absolutely nothing, and everyone buys it.
Okay. So Binance has its own token for
the network.
It's the centralized exchange, but then they also have they have a DEX or another exchange. That
No. So Binance is basically Binance coin is a copy is Pulsechain. Binance coin is Pulsechain. So
that's a blockchain. Is what you're saying.
So when it first was created, it was an ERC20. Then they split and they forked and they said, okay, let there be light. And they said BNB will be the native token for the Binance Smart Chain.
Gotcha. And then
now the Binance Smart Chain has two chains. They have BEP2 and BEP20, which is complicated, right?
There's Binance Chain and Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah.
Binance Smart Chain is an EVM compatible chain, and the other one is just like their in-house chain or whatever. So it's slightly confusing because BNB, it's not directly comparable to Pulse because BNB started differently and they use it for different shit. They've got like,
yes.
I
just wanted to compare for him to understand like BNB is
the closest comparison.
Phantom is like Pulse, right? So Phantom is a native token. KuCoin has an EVM compatible thing. So it's KuCoin.
You're right.
It's also a native thing. Gate.io also has an EVM compatible.
What is EVM? What is EVM?
Oh, Ethereum virtual machine.
Yeah.
And that means
compatible. So
compatible with Ethereum?
Compatible like addressing and also smart contract code. Like so you can launch smart contracts that are on Ethereum. You can launch them on any of those other chains with minimal to no changes because they're compatible.
Gotcha.
So
So EVM just means it can work across both chains.
Yeah, I guess it just means it's a similar structure to Ethereum in how it works. So it's not some kind of like different shit. It's not like a DAG or like some other shit that just won't be compatible yet.
It would be like a certification and legacy of some sort. Like you have the same certification as me at a different company kind of thing.
And also I'm pretty sure that all EVM compatible chains mean that so if you own an address on Ethereum, you will own that same address on every single other EVM compatible chain. That address will belong to you on all of them, and your private keys. Yep.
I didn't know that necessarily.
Yep. So if you're in MetaMask and you've got your addresses there, and you change to another chain, like you change with the RPC data, you go to another chain.
It's always the same.
All those same addresses. Yep. They all
so you can track it very easily through everything.
So that's something that people need to be aware of. That and there was who's that dumb bitch that is it Yellen? Is it Janet Yellen? Yellen was asking the question. She was basically doing a how-to guide on like how you can wash crypto.
Elizabeth Warren.
And listing all. That's right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I get those two bitches confused because they're both dumb as fuck. and both like government shit. So she was asking these questions. She was like, oh, couldn't a Russian oligarch use like coin mixing services and this and this and this, and like listing off all the obfuscation techniques for crypto. But the one that she didn't understand was, she said, like, does chain hopping increase obfuscation? And the guy was like, no, it doesn't, because you can still do chain analysis like across to different chains and shit. And
oh, that's what he meant by that. I didn't understand that. So okay, now you're gonna have the same address if you're on, you know, any like Ethereum compatible thing.
So you need to be careful, because if you link two addresses together in a way that a chain analysis company can look at the way that those addresses have interacted, where they assume that they both are owned by the same person, you're not just doing it on that chain, you're doing on every EVM chain. So something you do on Binance Smart Chain could impact their ability to chain analysis your ass back on Ethereum or any of the other chains, including Pulsechain. Wow. So people need to be really careful with that shit.
That industry is going to continue to grow, chain analysis stuff, as more data is available and people try to figure out what's going on.
And so that's why we need the maximum number of people. Like Day 43 OG and I are on like a mission to try and get as many people to use like Tornado Cash as much as possible, particularly on these chains where the fees are low, because Tornado Cash is super expensive on Ethereum, but on all these other ones with lower fees, you can actually like bridge to another chain. You could bridge your funds to another chain, use Tornado Cash on that chain, and then bridge them back. And it probably is cheaper than trying to use Ethereum Tornado Cash.
Wow, we should do a separate video all about like Tornado Cash and different ways of mixing, or just for, you know, educational purposes.
I'd get Day 43 involved. He's big into it. And
so you're saying that we can set that up maybe potentially for an hour at some point?
Yeah, both of us want to do a big push in encouraging the Hex community to get real serious about it.
Let's start here.
Because on Pulsechain, it's going to be cheap as, and obviously the more people doing it, you also get a bigger anonymity set, which is important as well. That's part of the reason why
just more fish in the pond.
Yeah. So like you're hiding in a crowd sort of thing. And
there's so much alpha in crypto, dude. It's just
this is obviously nothing to do with anything illegal, by the way. This is just the privacy that is a human right. As Richard Hart himself says, your financial privacy is a human right. If you don't have privacy in your financial interactions, then you don't have privacy at all.
And guys, check this out. This is really important for people to understand on the bridge. Okay, so when you're bridging out, right? I bridged out basically Hex, and I turned it into P Hex on the Ethereum side, right? So what people need to go and look and see. Let me close this because right now.
Oh, sick.
So okay, so you authorized it, right? So I had to click send, authorize it. So I authorized it. Then I had to click send so it could send it from the Pulsechain testnet. And then I had to receive it. Now I got to switch network, right? So I got to switch to the Rinkeby testnet.
So we can already see the code designations for the different, like, i.e. PHEX is obviously going to be a thing now.
What?
Like as in, right? Like as in, this gives us what the actual the designations are going to be for the different things as when they're wrapped, when they're not wrapped.
So now I'm going to claim the tokens, guys, right? So just make sure people do that. They always have to claim the tokens. This is why this shit's going to cost you a lot. So yes, continue. I wanted people to keep on.
So PHEX is Hex, that's Pulsechain Hex that has been sent and wrapped onto that synthetic on Ethereum.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah. So there's this concept people are gonna have to remember. Okay, so let me see if I could get my paint out. Come on there. So there's gonna be a thing, right? So there's gonna be Hex, right, on Ethereum. Right, and then there's going to be hex on Pulse, right? But then there's going to be E hex, right? Which is bridged over hex from Ethereum. And then there's going to be P hex. That's hex Pulse. So you have to understand that this goes like this.
Do you guys think that just this added level of complexity is going to make some people just be like, I'm not touching this shit. Like, it's too confusing.
Well, it already does that, Tangent. It already does that.
Yes.
Even what it is now already does that. You're smart.
Okay.
You don't even know what it's like
100%
anymore.
Okay.
You're just
try talking to crypto about the girl at the grocery store, or the dude who's serving you at a restaurant. Fucking clueless.
You've just
No
looked
clue.
at this so
Any no
long
clue
that
now.
it couldn't even potentially. You're assuming that some people would dive into this. 99.9% of people would look at this and not even. They would just walk away. They would just be like, what is it? Like, what is it?
You can see by the questions I'm asking, like, what is EVM? And like, I started 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. Like, this is brand new shit to me, and I'm trying to understand.
So he's
myself.
a great case study too, because he is one of the most active learners I have ever met in my life, and it took him about 3 weeks to get right on top of like understanding that this is legit as fuck.
But like, I wouldn't.
To your credit, I had no idea that you were that new to crypto. By the discussion that we've been having, I had no idea. The only little hint that I had was when you asked what BNB was. That surprised me. I was like, wait, what? But so other than that, our conversation, I could have believed that you were in crypto. Like,
let me tell you the story, Tangent. Yesterday he was streaming with me, and Abit came in for the first time and I was like, yo, Abit, what's good? Blah, blah, blah. All those guys were talking in the chat. This motherfucker leaves the stream, goes to the beach, goes to hang out, passes Abit on the road. This dude has been in crypto for 3 weeks, dude, 4 weeks. Passes they stopped at the same place and like a convenience store or something, and he like took a video, and he was like,
and he's like, who's this?
He was like, who is this? And then everyone was like, yo, what the fuck? How did that occur? Literally, it's the weirdest thing ever. They were chilling in the same spot, and then they were in the chat, and he had no idea. He wouldn't even notice the hex car if he didn't talk to me like a month ago.
Correct, 100%. I would not have noticed.
Oh yeah,
he would have been like, what the fuck did someone wrap that car like that for?
That was the R8, hey?
Yes. Yeah. And an Audi SUV, probably
SUV,
Q5 or something.
Oh, do they just convoy those things everywhere, hey?
Everywhere. They don't even have houses, I don't think. They just drive.
And then stay.
Do you know what's funny? I used to own both of those cars at the same time. And now I don't have the R8 anymore, but I've still got the Q5. Or I don't know which Q that one is, but I had an R8 and a Q5 at the same time. You're muted, Jimrat.
Okay, guys. So check this out. So it worked. So we got the thing. Now what people need to do, remember, is go in PulseX. They got to go and manage tokens. We got to click the little settings wheel right here. You guys can zoom in. Let's show you. Right here, you see this little wheel.
This is so awesome.
Click C. Boom. It brings you to the Ethereum list. Then you have to copy this, right? Because it's hex on Ringb. You copy this address. You come in your wallet. And you import the token, p-hex,
and voila. In your wallet, and I just imagine someone busting a nut into a wallet.
I was about to make that comment.
I was like, come in a wallet. I'm like,
come in your wallet. There
so like,
need to be a shitload of hex in there for me to do that.
Oh shit!
This is dope.
Yes, dude, this is so
guys, this looks so clean. Like, this is like
so
Richard, just pull the trigger, man. This is ready. This thing is ready. This thing's ready to go.
Richard, you're a fucking G, dude. You're a fucking G.
Ready. And this looks better than any other swapping site I've ever seen. This is so clean.
All right, Tangent, I'll send him a link. Fine.
Is this in special dark mode, or is this like the default of how the site?
No. This is the default. Like, it's dark mode only. Bro, I love it. This is my favorite colors. This is like my favorite colors, like the green. This green with black.
You know,
I don't like logo. Red turns me off, man. Red just gets me angry, man. It's just
that logo
so
has grown on me so much, though. But you guys know the background of this logo, right? It's the green and red candles. They're candlesticks,
and it goes downwards.
And so what it is when
one
you
goes
swap
downwards.
a token, one goes down, one goes up. So it's like that's the one that you're selling, that's the one that you're buying. And
it's actually like this, as in it's coming down in the red, which is the chart is going down.
Yep.
Exactly.
Down and to the right, up and to the right. Like,
and you could technically fit the Pulsechain logo and the Hex logo in it. So if you look at it correctly, the Pulsechain logo technically should go the way it's made on the left, and the Hex logo goes on the right, and it goes into the Hex. So, well, there's a picture of it, right? There's the.
Yeah, I think I saw something like that somewhere.
Where is it? Where did I put it? Logos? No. Website? Was it in the website?
What are your thoughts on? I was reading on Pulsechain or Pulsex, and there's Pulse is supposed to be a 1-for-1 for Ethereum. I read somewhere on Pulse Info or something like that. How is that going to work? Like, if Pulse is supposed to be 0.00. Whatever it comes out to be, how is it a 1-for-1? I don't understand that.
So this is something that I got wrong at one point as well. It's a little bit confusing. So the supply is going up by roughly like a bit over 1 million times the total supply. So that means that you can have 1-to-1 in terms of its absolute value. So the number of Ethereum that you have, say you have 5 Ethereum, you get 5 Pulse. On when the Pulse, so it's 1-to-1. It looks like it's 1-to-1, but then because the supply is 1 million times higher, that 5 ETH in terms of its percentage of the total network or the total supply is 1 million times smaller. So you are being diluted by about 1 million times, even though in terms of like the absolute number, you're still receiving the same number as what you had in your ETH wallet.
Oh shit!
Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, but I want to run through that one more time, just mentally, for me to clarify. So
because I got that wrong as well. So when the first testnet came out, I was like, "Yo, this is fucked." My Pulse balance is the same as my ETH balance, and it's meant. I thought it was going to get divided by like back then it was 10,000, not 1 million or some shit. But I was like, this should be like, for every ETH, I should only have like 0.01 or whatever of an ETH. And it's the same number. This is wrong. And then someone was like, no, that's right. The dilution is happening in the background by the total supply going up. So your balance stays the same, the total supply goes up, and then that's how you end up with the dilution.
So the proportion of the total supply drops by 1,000,000% or 1 million, right? Is that accurate?
Yeah, your personal proportion of the total supply drops by a million X, I think. By 1 million times, yeah.
Okay. So if there was hypothetically 1 million ETH, and those 1 million ETH are coming over, you own 500,000, I own 500,000, or whatever the split might be. When it comes over,
you've got the same amount. You've got the same amount, but now there's a different supply is like 1 million times more. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, that's okay. I did not understand that, and I've heard people talk about it. And I still didn't fucking get it.
At first I missed that as well. I thought the balance was actually going to get divided, but
because I heard the million and I heard the 1-for-1, I was like, well, this doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that though.
Yeah, okay, so that explains that. So that explains how it can both be it is. So that explains how it sounds paradoxical, but you're still getting 1-to-1, and it is also being diluted. Yeah.
So the only people it's really going to affect potentially negatively is people who have egos about being a whale, because those people could be not whales on Pulse versus they were whales on ETH. Because
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Interesting.
Thank you. Did you see any of that stuff we were talking with before you got in with the Google Analytics that we were diving into? We were like way in the beginning. You might not have been watching, but we pulled up all the Google search term analytics for.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, yeah. I was watching the stream when you guys were doing that. Yeah.
That seemed about right, like the way it looked, right? Like PulseX has a lot of.
But did you guys just choose a change? I just changed it by selling $1.
Oh, you whaled the freaking price.
The route
Market manipulation.
He's ripping those faucets.
I bought Heath. I bought Hex.
Hex to learn. Look at the routing. You can see it now.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
You see that? So did you see that tangent before? Like, so at the bottom.
Okay, Okay. So let's check this out.
Just before we move on, because I don't want to forget this important point.
You see the difference, though.
Sam, the main reason was to ensure that existing ETH whales, it's deliberately to dilute the existing ETH whales so that the people who are more likely to become whales are people who actually sacrificed for Pulse. So that basically you don't just have people who were ETH whales just automatically becoming whales on the new chain. It's effectively like mixing up, like,
okay, so I saw what was happening. I saw what was happening between the shift, and you're like, well, the thinking behind that shift, that makes perfect sense, because you don't want to necessarily incentivize the same people that are over here.
You don't want to just exactly. You don't want to just have the exact same whales that you had on the ETH network. That wouldn't be great. Like, as in, it wouldn't really be fair. Like, yeah.
Okay, thank you. That makes. Oh, that's fascinating. Cool. That's interesting. Text to learn. Go ahead. Thank you for sharing that tangent. I appreciate that. Go ahead and go into the routing piece of it with the disabled ops.
I don't know if people could see it. Can you guys see it here?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm doing direct. So it's directly with the pair, right? Read it. Restrict swaps to direct pairs only. If I disable it, boom, look at my slippage.
Okay, click it one more time.
Okay, so sorry. Slippage in the pool, because the direct pool has only so much liquidity, right? So you're losing 9.01% price impact. So you're impacting it by 9.01%. So I'm only going to receive 8.374 hex for this transaction. If I disable the multi-hoops, I'm going price impact is only 1.26%, and I'm receiving 8.837 hex.
Good, because you're going to have to go through.
And you see the route, and you see the route. The route goes from ETH, from the ETH to the ETH PLS pool, and then they buy from the PLS to hex pool. So it causes less slippage, as if you were to just do directly between pairs.
That's interesting. So most people are going to leave that off. Because
sometimes it plays in your favor, though. Sometimes it plays in your favor. But right now, there's not enough liquidity for people can even for you to understand, right?
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm just
gonna show. I had a question about the AMM fixer ratio bot or hex to learn. You might also know this. So the AMM fixer ratio bot is going to, well, two questions on this. So how is this going to work to steal, like a vampire attack, to take liquidity from Uni and Sushi and et cetera, right? And then also, how is that liquidity going to be represented, like as a centralized liquidity of PulseX? Like, I mean, you got $1 billion worth of sacrifice. Is that going, how, you know what I mean? How is that going to be? They're going to go buy and then it's going to come back into Hex. How does that piece work? And then once it comes back in there, Richard had mentioned on his Twitter thing the other day that it's going to be stepped in, like it's going to be sequenced into the pool over time. But who's going to own that liquidity? Like, how, you know what I mean? If you could talk on that.
Yeah, I actually heard you guys talking about it on a previous stream on here. And when you guys first realized like that, and that was an excellent question that not many people are asking, of like, who's going to own the liquidity? And I think it's going to be Richard, but it's not as well, like the entity that whatever, but it's not as unfair as it sounds. Like, at first it sounds like, what the shit, he's going to own all of it. But those people that side of the liquidity got like taken from, the PRC20s that get bought up, they are going to be given Pulse, basically. So it's not quite as it's not like he's just confiscating the liquidity on the new chain. I guess.
So many questions about liquidity between these two things. There's like.
Can I actually just go? We'll take one step back. I'm just going to clarify something because I didn't do a very good job at the very end when I said the reason we need to dilute those whales is so that it's like not like because it wouldn't be fair. That's not a good way of explaining it. I thought afterwards that the reason that Richard actively wanted to dilute those whales is because if you let them be whales over on the new chain where they haven't actually, they haven't given up any economic energy to become whales, they don't value their whale status, and then that's when you get people that just like dump the shit. And the examples that he always gives are things like when you have like say Bitcoin forks, Bitcoin whales, they'll just take their fork and go thank you and just dump it into Bitcoin or dump it into dollars because they don't give a shit, they don't care, and then they're not likely to stick around because they don't give a shit. They're not invested mentally or financially in that project. So he wants the game theory to be such that people who have big stacks are incentivized to promote the project, grow the ecosystem, and stick around and actually, care and hold and not dump. So that was the kind of like, that's the philosophy surrounding the whole dilution side of it, which I think is great. Regarding the LPs, yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that is very different that has not been done before. So with Pulsechain, there's some elements that you can point to examples of where it's been done before. This whole liquidity pool thing, everything about it, the harvesting bot, the freaking the vampire attack on the other DEX protocols and all of that stuff, none of that shit has been done before. On this scale and in this way. Like there have been vampire attacks, like Sushi on Uniswap was considered a vampire attack, but that was not done in a way where it was just like someone coming in and just like code forcing it. That was they were creating incentives within those communities to try and steal people's liquidity. They weren't just coming in with a harvester bot and just like or some kind of like code that just forces it. Do you see like that? Does that make sense?
Yeah, because like what you're mentioning is that when you think about this, because what he specifically says is 99.9% of all liquidity from Pancake or Sushi and Uniswap, right? So those are the two biggest exchanges, from my understanding, DEXs, right? So
yeah,
if you're taking 99.9% of liquidity from those, like that's going to be apparent transparently as soon as it starts. Like, there's no way you could just like, okay, let's try to be like nonchalant and not let everybody know we're happening. Like, if you're taking 100% of something, like people are going to notice that's happening very, very quickly. So as soon as that AMM bot turns on, people are going to think, oh, this is happening right fucking now.
Yeah, it's pretty. What's it called? I'm trying to think of a term. Hostile takeover. Like it's quite a hostile.
It's direct.
He's not incentivizing people to bring their liquidity over. He's just taking that shit. Like,
it's disgusting. Like, dude, I told my insurance agent.
Well, actually, wait, can I show you something?
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry,
I don't know if it's the same, but and the pools.
The charts are just so clean, dude. I could just live on this chart.
Okay, look at the percentages, right?
So what is that exactly? This is the APR, estimated APR for providing the Hedron USDC pair at the top, or PulseX and Hedron pair at the top is 10.3. Is that right? How I'm reading this correctly?
Look at the difference of like how profitable it is for certain pairs. Like right now, like the percentage, the LP reward APRs, and like analyze look at this 500. Boom. 1.4K. Oh my God. See, so now it's incentivized. Now there's always this 1.5K percentage that is always incentivized at some point, always like that. It traded. Before it was the ETH Pulse pair. Now it's PLSX and Wrap Bitcoin. You see that? Look at that. Bam.
Do you guys think that the ratios that we're seeing on here could have any indication of what might happen? Probably not, though, because it's like,
yeah, Because it's not
people are not
really
taking it seriously. Yeah. So it's like we just saw with Hex to Learn, just like whaling coins and shit. Like,
yeah.
Because I thought the same thing, and I was like, wait, what is this? WBTC Pulse 800%, right? For a liquidity pair on that one, percent 879. But then you're like, this is not real. Like, yeah, maybe it's an indication of the direction in my mind for me, but like you were pointing out, I don't think this is.
And maybe Wales would actually come on here and do the exact opposite of what they're planning to do, just to throw people and like have people think it's going to go one way, some shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sam. That like as soon as you don't have a financial penalty, like as soon as you take away any financial risk, it becomes the data is useless. It's just a game. Like there's no reality.
Have you or Hex to Learn, have either of you hypothetically, right? Just because we're talking hypothetical, with your personal stuff ever provided liquidity?
Yeah, I have.
Can you talk about that? Because I'm curious to learn about that, because I think that would be for me. My kind of like mental objective, like, hey, this is where I'd like to head in the direction in my life, right? Having multiple different passports in different countries, living a very geographically free life, I think would be fun for me, right? Or interesting, at least at this moment in my life. So to do that means like right now I have a business that's located where I'm located, right? But I don't necessarily want that in the long run. So something like liquidity providing that provides a yield is interesting to me, because that could be a business by itself. Like, hey, you need to manage your liquidity shit and that kind of thing. So can you talk about that a little bit? That'd be fascinating.
Well, I was just going to say one that I did real recently. This will only take me 2 seconds, and then you can launch in Hex to Learn. I did a Uniswap V3 one with two stable coins, USDC and UST, which is a wrapped UST. And those two, I just did like provided liquidity on both sides of that within a small range around $1. And so you've got virtually no impermanent loss, and you just make fees off people switching between those two stable coins.
And
so I thought
the fees earned in USDC or USDT?
Yeah, but both, I think. Like, as in, I think you end up getting both. I didn't actually look.
It depends on the direction. Maybe people are going one direction, you were in the other way. Like,
so like at some point you might end up with slightly more than the other, but obviously because they're both worth $1.
Could you hypothetically take liquidity out? You know what I mean? So say if you put in 1,000 and 1,000, and now you're at 1,200, but you're like, okay, I'm going to pull off anything in excess above 1,000 every month. Or something like that.
Yeah. You can alter your liquidity provision without. You don't have to remove the whole thing. You can add to it. You can subtract it. Subtract a bit. Yep.
Oh, interesting. What was the yield that you saw kind of for that?
CoinDix estimates it to be about 40% per annum
for two stable coins with barely any
two stable coins. Yeah. So it's not bad for a stable yield where you've got minimal risk in terms of price. You've got virtually no impermanent loss, virtually no price volatility risk. 40% per annum. I mean, compared to legacy, that is just absolute moonshot. But compared to crypto, it's like an eternity. To wait a year for 40% is, in crypto, people would just like stab you over saying that.
Oh, so, okay. That's interesting.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Those are the games you would get if Hex stayed at the same price forever.
Hex to Learn.
You just got the yield.
Have you had experience, or can you talk about the experience you've had with LPs and your thoughts on that?
My experience on LPs, man, is basically you gotta have enough money. It's all math, man. So it depends on your money. It depends how many times you compound. It depends on many times, how strategically you go ahead and, you utilize your pools, right? So yeah, man, if you have, at the end of the day, it's always a percentage. So if you liquidity pooling, it depends on what kind of farm you do also. The dog is fucking loud.
So when you're saying, because this is the third or fourth person I think somebody's mentioned with JRC and I, is you to have a big bag, or it's kind of like the implied like thought behind it. It seems like that you need to have a big bag for the LPs. Why is that? Because most people have $1,000 or $10,000, and
You don't need a big bag for LPs. It's all, like I said, it's all percentage, right? So like when if you're making 1%, right? Well, you're making 1% off of $1,000 or $100, right? Now, if you want to live off of it, like you said, well, no, obviously you need money because it's a percent game, right? If you're making 1% per day, well, do the math, right? If you have $100,000 and you're doing 1% per day, you're making very good money. You have $1,000, you're making 1% per day, you're making $10 a day, right? If 10 grand, you're making $100. If you have 100 grand, you're making $1,000. $1,000 per day is pretty good.
And there's your from your experience, you see that there's like has implied there's other ways where you can get way, like even if you're earning.
Well, Sam, what they're talking about, we're all Mexicans, so a lot of our funds are staked. So basically, the equation he's saying is just how much are you losing by doing this rather than this with this amount of time. That's all.
Yeah, good point. It's opportunity cost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just opportunity cost. You could be staking getting 50% for the next 15 years, but if you need the money, which some people don't and some people do, and that's all there is.
Because if you want honesty, man, you could like compound every day, every 2 minutes, right? You could okay, this is weird, okay? Because this morning when we were testing out the testnet, and if Hexy's in the chat, she'll say something that it used to have this little thing with manual, and it had like and you were able to manually decide how you want to manually compound this as a single stake, right? So then you would be able to harvest it, and then the harvest button, and I know Hexy is looking at this, right, Hexy? Remember it used to say compound, and it said harvest, right? So you were allowed to take it back, and then you were allowed to harvest it and put a string in your wallet. So this is what's happening, is that they had an option, and I think they were playing with it, and they were making us play with it, because now we're only able to harvest, okay? So there's compounding and harvesting. So if you look at the 3 types of pools on PancakeSwap, right? Regardless of the liquidity providing, right? Because liquidity providing, you can lose a lot of money due to a permanent loss, as to this is actually staking, right? Single hand staking, pool, like, basically lending your money in a way. So by doing this, okay, you have the IFO pools, you have the automatic compounding pools, and you have the manual compounding pools. If you don't have that much money and you want to improve your compounding, and because technically if you compound more, you make more, right? So there used to be on this website the option to compound, where you would take it and it would dump your PRT and it would put it back into your PLSX. So it would trade it for you and then compound it for you, or you were able to harvest it. Now you're only able to harvest. So I'm going to harvest it.
When you say compounding versus harvesting, compounding is just basically you're going to be leaving it there, where harvesting is you're taking it out kind of thing. Is that?
Yeah, so right now what they're making us do is they're going to make us harvest it. Now they're going to make me manually go and transact it, and then I could put it back in so I could compound it. On ETH, it doesn't make sense to compound $100 because you're making what? $1 a day. The transaction's $20. Doesn't make sense. Even on BNB, sometimes when you're doing $5 a transaction, you still need at 1% per day. You still need to put like $700 to $800 for it to be at least a little bit profitable for you to compound every day, right? So when you're talking about people in the world, like I know everyone in North America feels very entitled, but there's people in the world that there's so many people that don't have our money. They don't have $1,000. You know what I mean? So this will help them to compound and make the most out of their money, because it's always percentages, right? I used to do little stakes, so little staking, just to show people. So you see how it automatically continues giving you money? Now, when I go look at my PRT in my wallet, I'm able to go transact that and auto compound it myself. So I could go here, PRT. I almost have 1 PRT. So I could go in the trade, right? And this is weird because this morning it had the option to manual. It even had the option for you to calculate your ROI, right? So it was like, if I were to, there was a tool in here. I don't know where to fucking get it, because this has changed my balance. You understand? So it tells you if you do this for a year.
So is this a one-sided stake, it looks like, versus a pair? So what's the difference between the one-sided stake and an LP?
An LP, I'll show you right now. So on an LP, okay, you have to add liquidity. You got to put let's say I want to provide liquidity of PLS and hex, right? So the one, if you always put it here, it'll tell you, oh, wow, this is cool. It tells you here. So this is how much you would put. So it automatically tells you what you need. So if you were to put 1,000 pulse, well, you need 1.5 hex. So usually what I do is I always go with the bottom. So you put how much hex you have, and then it tells you how much you need to provide. And then you would go ahead and enable your hex. And then boom.
And then you're going to earn that APY. Now, what's the stake? What's the staking thing that you were just looking at for a single side?
So this is it. Watch, look at this. So I'm going to enable my incentive token. So you understand? So like this is like you're basically taking 50% and 50% and putting it together to create a ratio. So you can provide liquidity. Right?
You were just doing a single-sided one, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So there's two things. So this is the difference, right? By adding liquidity, you'll earn 0.22% of all trades on this pair proportional to your share of the pool. Fees are added to the pool, accrued in real time, and can be claimed by withdrawing your liquidity.
Wow,
right?
It says it right there. Wow.
So if you go here, it's different. It's a little. It used to tell you here too, but now it doesn't, man.
Okay, so what is this? What is this PLSX pool here?
So this is the single. So it tells you, right? Stake PLSX and earn PRT, right? If you go on the farms, it's you got to stake the incentives, right?
What does that mean exactly? So what's the difference between a pool and a farm?
A pool is a single, like you said, a single staking, and the farm or liquidity pooling.
Okay, so a pool is a single side and a farm is double sided.
Yeah. So you stake your PLSX and they give you this.
And they're going to give you the PRT is the incentive token?
No. In this pool, you put PLSX. So it says clearly here, you stake your PLSX and you earn PRT.
And there's going to be many different ones like that, or you can only stake PLSX.
No, I'm not confirming that. So basically, these are ownable pools. If you come in here, view contract, I don't know how to fucking view it here, man. Okay, give me a second. Wow, are you serious? Isn't that the website?
I've never actually used Pancake.
Well, give me a second.
Guys, this is going to be reality soon.
Yeah, it is.
I'm so shocked at how advanced, because I haven't messed around with this latest testnet yet, really, and I'm really impressed with these front ends.
They're amazing. Everything right in your face. You can't miss it. Explaining everything. Beautiful colors.
Like, I don't know if you guys played around with the first testnet, but you could literally just send and receive. Like that was it.
Yeah,
like,
I saw videos of it.
It was literally, there was nothing. There was nothing. You couldn't, there was no hex front end. There was literally nothing.
Yeah. No, there was the go.hex.com. There was the testnet. Like even here now, like people don't know that they could come on Hedron, practice their Hedron on Pulsechain Technet, and they can even
I'm pretty sure
they
when
can even
the
go on app.hex.win to try and practice right now.
I'm pretty sure when the very first testnet came out, there was no hex front end. It came later.
A V2?
I'm talking about V1.
When there's no front end, what does that? What do you?
There was nothing. There was nothing. I guess I'm trying to contrast how far it has come.
You mean it's just so
advanced? I wasn't shitting on it. The first one. I was just saying when that first testnet came out, it was like you couldn't do anything. It was very boring to play around with because there's not really much you could do. And then to now, this is like legit. This is really legit.
This is fascinating.
I think we might have to start making threats to Richard and be like, Yo, pull the trigger, dog. Otherwise, we're gonna start dumping.
Otherwise, I'll freaking do it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll
Dude, I'll just be like, dude, I swear to God, I'll do it, and it's all on you, brother. Like, just on the Pulsechain launch. Like, it has nothing to do with anything else. Nothing personal, but I'll do it. I'll just set up a timer with like a gun, and I'll just like have it at the wall stuck there. I'll just have a full live stream for 3 days straight, and I'll just be like, Richard, please, God, no.
You can't stop live streaming until it goes live.
Live countdown.
And I told everyone I'm streaming every day until Richard streams with me.
Bro, why is this fucking computer?
What were you gonna say, Tangent?
You set up some kind of like device where if the thing launches, it like diffuses the bomb. Otherwise, it just goes off. You're like, Richard, there's a bomb in.
I'll be like, dude,
London,
I got 2 guys upstairs. They got no idea about any of this shit. You know, like they're renting this joint out. I'm taking the whole motherfucker with me.
Oh shit! You scared the fuck out of me. Let me because of these headphones. I had my friends here. Because of these headphones, I didn't hear you come into the house. That would not be good for Are you coming on the stream or are you going to shoot? Okay, all right. You stay off camera. So my friend is here, but she's going to stay off camera. She's camera shy. Did you decide what your fake name's going to be?
No, and I had plenty of time to think about it. Can you tell me this, guys?
Tell her, make it Hexy Flexy or Sexy Hexy.
Jim Rat, I told her when I was telling her about the stream that we're on, I told her that you flick the bicep up as like a response to people when you're streaming with them. Like it's like a way that you like agree, like if you agree with what's being said.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I had to put my sweatshirt on though because it got cold as fuck.
Oh yeah, it's cold as fucking down here. It's like 90 degrees. I'm sitting here sweating.
I'm not gonna tell you guys when or where, but Sam has been my life coach for years, and I'm meeting him for the first time.
Which would be dope. Maybe we'll do some streams together.
Yeah, dude, I'll bring my laptop and my shit.
Speed, welcome to 2x speed. Then stop and rewind. Slow it down for the important parts. Sweet, Bob. What's good? Crypto gains. I can show from the chin down. She can show from the chin down. Is what we said.
The chin down.
So, guys, this is how it would look when you're on. Probably this is how it will look, right? So when there's the pool, that's timed. This is a timed pool, and then there's the auto cake where you restake it, automatic restaking, and then you have the manual one. So this is you manually burn it, right? Which is going to be cool. And then you have other tokens. So basically there would probably be, like they'll put like, I don't know, I know it might not be, I don't want to start FUD, but there could be like, T-Drawn, IM, Lego loans, Mintra, I'm just saying those as examples because those are what's up, but like you could do that and then you could stake it and then it would give you the incentive token of whatever, I guess incentive token is provided by the PulseX DEX, right? So right now we just have the normal, timed, right? Because it's ends in and it's max per stake. And yeah, I'm see token info. Let's see what this does.
This is interesting.
Dude, that is so clean, brother.
I know, man.
It's making me have dopaminergic. What is it called when you get your hair pops up on your hands, on your arms?
Like the goosebumps.
Yo, Sam, do you know what to do with the Hedron? Like, let's say, like practicing. Like, did you ever do the Hedron? Did you ever fuck around with the Hedron?
I claimed it, but I don't. It doesn't make sense. I have such a tiny amount. The gas fees make it doesn't make any sense.
But you did claim, right? We got you through that, right? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
So I kind of put it on the burner.
These are not my real stakes. These are not my real stakes. I do not have 0.67 B shares.
Dude, those are his whole bags.
No, this is my whole bags, baby. I'm in it. I just became Mexican 2 days ago, man. I just fuck it, like I was like, yo, I'm going all in, baby.
Shout out to the Hebron guys for making a product that worked and that worked, like thank God. Like they came out with a product you didn't have to sack for that worked, that was free. I mean, kudos to them.
How many hold up. How many hex do I have? I have 27. Okay, so let's take 27. Let's make a stake for 1,000 days, right? So I'll make the stake.
So now you're using your fake hex to create an instant stake?
Yeah, so right now this is technically what you would do on the real one, right? So you would basically go ahead and make a stake through the Hedron DApp, right? So it's creating itself. Oh, what? Taking so long. Yeah. So you would create a stake. Okay. Boom. So then it's pending, right? So I would have to wait until today at I guess 7 p.m. And then at 7 p.m. we're right at the end of the day, and then it would technically work, and then I would be able to go, and I basically tokenized it, right? So this is what happens when you don't have a tokenized HSI, right? So you're able to mint the Hedron that are given to you. You're able to borrow the Hedron. You're able to tokenize it. You're able to end it. You have the stake info, so you can go ahead and take this, right? So we're gonna go ahead and take this, copy. And we can go on the wonderful website of Jawa. Sorry if I didn't say your name properly, which is hsiwatch.com.
Another beautiful website that I love.
Yeah. Oh, and then you could come here, pick that address, right? Because it's your
Smart contract address?
No, it's the HSI stake.
Oh, yeah,
It's the address for your HSI. So it tells
you.
you.
Did you just do an HSI stake? Is that what you just did with the 27?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot that because I haven't.
Exactly.
Done that yet.
So guys, remember this, right? You could view your stuff on. It tells you stake hex.today, but it also, right? So this is already a stake, right? So you come in your stake. That's not tokenized, right? You actually, I think you could, yeah. Even when it's tokenized. So you come here, you click action, you click stake info, and it gives you your stake, your HSI address to view your stake. So you take this, you copy it, and then I know HSI Watch has the Pulsechain Testnet V2B, sorry, and then you're able to go ahead and see it, right? So I have 1.98 B shares for 1,000 days, 27x. That's it. And then you would be able to check this all out. So you're able to, check out all your stuff through here. And then you're able to tokenize it, right?
If somebody does an HSI, can you also go look at your hex, what you're earning with hex?
So there's one website that does that, right? Hex to Learn, I think. Have you seen that website yet that puts the HSI and the regular stakes in the same, like, there is a website that does that. Someone showed it to me.
I'm gonna show you guys that right now.
I remember looking at it and I was impressed with the website. But you know what I'm saying, Sam? There is one there is a website that combines them both, but no, it will not show up on go.hex.com. They're separate.
No. Go.hex.com is only to read your MetaMask. So that's another thing. I could show you guys all everywhere you could technically go stake. That's another thing. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, what the hell, man? That's alpha.
But right now, like, okay, so let's say we were I already tokenized one, right? So I tokenized this. I could technically send it to myself. So let me go get my address again. I think I copied it. Yeah, I copied it. I remember I copied it. So I could transfer it. I'm gonna transfer it to my address, right? So I'm gonna transfer myself. So oh shit, I'm gonna send it to I'm sending it to my cousin. So I want to send him the stake, right?
That is so fucking dope. Sending your cousin a steak. Who would have thought?
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the price of those NFTs for anybody who does tokenize them, because the price of those could be very interesting. If somebody has an HSI stake that they tokenize and then they go to flip that instead of doing an end stake,
I think it was
with Hex, the price of that could fluctuate. If somebody's tries to attach it in some way with a cool piece of art or something like that.
How balls?
No, it's not. It's not Jawa. It's not Jawa. It's not Jawa. It's not Jawa that made it. It's who the fuck made it? It's Ju Young. Sorry, Ju Young the Hexican. I'm so sorry. My bad. Ju Young, Hunter FX 211.
Yo, tell me if you guys are getting an echo because I'm using speakers now rather than headphones.
My bad.
I do not think you're getting an echo, sir.
Hey guys, I actually have to run. I didn't realize it's almost 2:00.
Watch the replay then. No, I'm just kidding, man. Great to see you as always.
Thank you, Hex to Learn, for all the info, and Tangent, appreciate all
My
the info
pleasure, man.
and answers. And Jim Rat, we'll talk soon.
Shit, yeah, man.
Peace, brother.
Shit, yeah.
So my bad, guys. I made a mistake. It's not Jawa. I'm sorry, Jawa. But shout outs to Jawa. Go follow Jawa. It's actually Ju Young the Hexican. It's Mr. Hunt. His handle is Hunter FX211. I'm so sorry about that, Ju Young. But yeah, it's Ju Young that made the
You want?
HSI.
I'm gonna drop that into the chat real quick.
Yeah, please. So everyone go, and also Jawa too.
Hedron or the
You guys
creator?
go follow them both, right?
HSI Watch. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
Hunter
you know
FX,
what
and then
that
this
is,
is
Tangent?
Jawa. You know, and then there's Jawa, which is Sickle, guys. Go follow both of them. Beautiful Hexicans. So shouts out to them. So yeah, so basically you see, so the stake is gone, right? So let's go check my actual. The dentist is calling me. That's weird. So we would go check our new address, right? So we would take this, we would connect it to the website, and boom, guys, we got the HSI. So we just sent an HSI through Hedron, which is awesome.
Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. So
I
let's
love
go
that.
ahead and show you guys all the places you could go and stake your hex. Richard Hart's ultimatum, right? Most secure ultimatum. And I asked him personally how he does it. Well, how you like, what's his personal ultimatum? Is basically, you take your MetaMask and you stake and you never touch it ever again, right? And you use another wallet for whatever you need to do. But for every, for your one stake, you use this one wallet and you could use it. So go.hex.com just has the availability of MetaMask. Now you have the backup hex, which is the original website of go.hex.com that you could still go ahead and connect your wallet to. I would use go.hex.com. Then there's apphex.win, so you could use for your treasure. You could also select a wallet. So you could also take your normal wallet and start a stake. And through here, you can use your Ledger Nano X or your treasures, right? Then there's the go.tshares.app, which allows you to connect through MetaMask and Wallet Connect. So if you're using your Gnosis Safe, Gnosis Safe only connects through Wallet Connect. So you could connect your Gnosis Safe through this website, which is pretty cool. And then you got Hedron. And Hedron, you're able to create a stake through the HSI. And this you're able to do Wallet Connect and MetaMask and your Gnosis Safe. And then you guys have, obviously, everyone knows on your mobile, you have the staker app. So there's multiple ways that people could go ahead and stake their hex. Now, what's the best way? It's really up to you. Richard Hart says that you should, just put one stake on the thing, keep your MetaMask, and never use that for any other transaction. You should not be doing anything on the same stakes, to minimize your risks and your security. So that's the best way to take it. And I really suggest everyone to come on this website because it has everything you need, right?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. That website. Let's plug that website real quick.
Hex.com, guys. You go on hex.com, click more links, and it gives you all the links.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that feature.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy, right? Go to your website real quick and show some of the features that people can see while we're at 56 live viewers.
Okay, so of course,
know.
I understand. So we got Hex to Learn, guys. You come on Hex to Learn. Very easy, very simple. You could choose which crypto you want to choose. So let's choose Pulsechain. It brings you to the Pulsechain up top from here. I don't know why my internet's taking forever.
Easy on the eyes as well.
Very easy. I like it. I like the green. The green.
When you flutter over it, yeah.
So let's just, I don't know why it's taking forever, but anyways. So join on the website. After that, you have different languages. Shout out to Hex is the Way for his Hex language. It has all the languages here. There's, Russian, Romanian, Arabic. There's Vietnamese. I don't know which one. Vietnamese. There's Chinese. There's Korean. There's Japanese. I'm not too sure which ones or which, but yeah. And then you could come and follow us on Twitter on the Hex to Learn where the spaces are. You could follow on the Hex live spaces on Telegram where you could, you know, watch the screen while you're on Twitter. You could subscribe on YouTube. You could download the app. If you download the app, well, you could also go through your browser and you could come and test it out. So you don't even need to download it on your wallet. You guys could go ahead and scan this QR code and it'll download. So the app, basically, there's a Richard Hart section. So if you're a big diehard Richard fan, it's right access. You have access to everything. So when you're with a new onboardee, very simply tell them, hey, man, you want to get on board with the Hex? I got a cool app where you can stay in the app, download the code, you click here, your friend downloads the app. Boom, he gets the app. He's like, okay, where do I go? You tell him, yo, watch the videos of Richard Hart. So he can watch all the recent videos of Richard Hart that I've posted. In my opinion, it's the most recent, best ones. Then you get into the what is Hex. Then you click Hex, and then it has the Hex. And these are community made. Shouts out to Long Live Hex. And yeah, you could watch these little. And I think this one, I forget who's this guy, but these are all community made, and you could click on their YouTube and go watch it straight from their YouTube. There's also the live part where you could see us live. Yeah, you have a glossary for any new people, right? So when they're following and they're listening, they could just look up a word. So when someone says, like, I don't know, validator, I think. Validator. Oh, no, it's not showing. No, it's not there. Anyways, you could find the word. I'm gonna have to put that in. There's a bunch of words. You know, like what is cryptography, and then it just explains to you what cryptography is. Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff on here. There's the chart links, so you can get the Hex chart links straight. Yeah, man, there's even an inbuilt app that you could chat with Hexicans. That's the app. And then there's, you know, the community websites, How to Pulse, Hex Noob, the website. You have Richard Hart on Spotify. And then you have, I don't know, the pictures are not showing, but you have the community made Snapchat filters where if you go and you click, it just opens up the Snapchat filter. Wow, it's still loading. My internet is pretty scrapped right now. I need to restart my modem. But yeah, guys, and you're able. This one was made by Hex Luther. Shouts out to Hex Luther. And yeah, you guys could go and download these on Snapchat. They're on the website. And then there's also, you know, Learn Now, where if you go on docs.x2learn.com, it's basically a Gitbook document where if someone's really new, they could go ahead and check out everything they need. So they have, you know, what is a centralized exchange? And you know, it explains to them what it is, blah, 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 blah. What are crypto wallets, MetaMask, it explains the MetaMask. And then, you know, video straight from the MetaMask explains, blah, 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 blah. Your hardware wallets, you know, shouts out to the wallets. Then you have the different types of the Trezor. You know, what is the Trezor, blah, 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 blah. And it explains to you which ones. And you're setting up the Model T. Shouts out to J Money for this video. So there's the money in the video from Straight Out to Pulse. So you could go ahead and check that out. Yeah, and a bunch of stuff. So also there's even, you know, what's the safest way to store your private keys? These are, you know, straight from the Ledger's website. There's tips from MetaMask. So you could go on, you know, how to add a custom RPC. Click here, brings you straight to the MetaMask website. Where on MetaMask, you know, it explains to you how to add stuff. Yeah, pretty cool. Where's the fucking website now? Shit. Yeah. And you need to come back to Hex to Learn, and then that's up. And then soon we're gonna have. I'm still building it, and it's still in testing. And I suggest everyone to be very careful when you do it because it's in testing. We got Hex Direct, which is going to be the community directory. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. So Hexicans are going to be able to put ads, put up their like contact cards.
There's a question for you right here. Have you created a structured video course, Hex to Learn, of any sort?
No, I'm going to do it. So yesterday I did the video for the burners, and today I'm going to do. Well, it depends. Like today I was going to do like mostly everything we did today, which was like explaining the whole testnet and everything you could do on the testnet for now. And then I'm just gonna do a video of everything that I offer because yeah, this is pretty cool. So you would be able to come in here You know, you make an account. You just got to log in with your MetaMask wallet. Hold up. Okay. Why is it doing this? Hold up. Fuck, man. I need to close this shit. Don't buy Videotron, guys, if you're in Quebec. Don't buy belt. Fucking scrap. Everything's scrap, man. This is the life of a real Quebecer. Yeah, man, this is honestly, I'm so fucking pissed off. This pisses me the fuck off, listen to me. And I'm paying, and I have like 400 megs per second. Imagine that. Such a piss off. Anyway, fuck it. We'll show you guys another time. It's not working. I gotta restart the computer. So I left my computer all night mining. I didn't restart it before I came on the stream. That's why. So it's probably all fucked up. But yeah, guys, you guys can check it out. I'm gonna post more and more things. Hopefully the community appreciates what I'm trying to post. I'm basically doing it to help you guys onboard. It's not meant for you guys.
You're on YouTube.
Already onboarded.
You're on YouTube.
Sorry? Yeah, I am on YouTube also.
All right, I want to pull up your YouTube on my screen.
Well, it's the Hex to Learn YouTube. So just go on.
No, but I never get a chance to look around anymore because I'm always fucking live.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pull this up. Oh shit, this is cool. Boom, 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 boom. Follow this man right now. Hex to learn. Hex to learn. Hex to learn.
Click it so they can see the playlist. Click on it. Okay, so we got the playlist. The first playlist are the AMA lives. So we got the live AMA. Shouts out to Crypto Bitlaw and Hedron. That's literally the deposition. We got also at the bottom my Hex series that I've been creating. So it was the first testnet, then we did the second, and I'm gonna have the second testnet available. The recent video was how to create wallets and burners. I just created that yesterday. Today I'm gonna come out with a new video. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the love, guys. Over 200 subscribers. It's fucking so much love, guys. I don't even.
Let's get to two. I want 250, guys. Go over there right now. Pop over there.
225. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Let's get to 250 right now. 250. Get to the 250 mark right now because there's 50 in here, and 25 of y'all are probably decent people. So hop over there and do that. Let's get it.
Appreciate you all.
Yeah, this is crazy stuff we're getting into. It's kind of like, it's really overwhelming, but at the same time, it's like nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's not, you know what I mean? Like not what we're doing on the side and like the fun we're having online, but like there's a lot you can do and overwhelm and think about for the testnet, but really you just have to wait and just chill, have a good time, and just learn. You don't have to be so excited for a certain amount of money to be anywhere. You just want to be excited that you understand what's going the fuck on. Like you want to know what the hell is going on. And it's not the easiest thing to understand in the world. So spend your time doing that, not asking Richard when Pulse. Like it's just like he's not going to tell you. Then who gives a fuck? He's not going to tell you straight. All you're going to do is scream like a little girl about it if he did. Just let the man chill. We're all having a good time. I mean, if this community can be this strong at this point in the bear market, like that's amazing. Think about that. Think about on a chart, like if we were at an 80% dip and they said there would be this much activity online. No one would believe it. No way. If we were, but still people are just grinding because this is a legit product. That's what it is. It's crazy. It's absolute madness.
It is, guys, and there's so much stuff you need to learn also, and there's so many things that we are still learning, and there's so much game theory, so much. If you guys want to come and discuss your game theory, what you think, come in the Twitter Spaces, man, 24/7 all day long. You can even come and sleep and chill with us. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Twitter Spaces all day long,
My bad,
guys.
man.
This has been super legit. I've been having a good time. I'm not quite at 100 likes, but I have to deal with some fucking insurance agents, so I'm going to be calling them for a while. Guys, Hex to Learn, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me, bro.
You
See you
crushed
tomorrow,
it.
and I'll be back on.
Everyone rewatch the video. If there was parts in there, I'm definitely going to rewatch. I'm going to clip some of that out. And guys, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Hex to Learn. I'm going to be here every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern, having a good time, inviting the best minds on, asking the best questions, and actually learning. Not being a guru, learning, guys. We got to learn. We got to. Famous knows he'd be left behind if he didn't learn for a month, 2 months. If he stopped learning for 2 months, he would be pissed because he would be
man.
so much info.
Well, you know how much you know how much you know how long it took for me when I took 3 months off to go chill in Europe and just spend my crypto instead of making it. Yo, I came back. I was like, what the fuck's happening? Like, what happened?
You felt like you went to jail for a decade.
What did I miss? I was like, what did I miss for the last 3 months? And then people were like, yeah, you missed this. I was like, I was just still looking at the market, but like when you're looking at mainnets, it's fucked up. Check out Wales. Wales said, I'll be doing a Marco stream later on today. Tune in. Everyone go tune in on Wales Only.
Go tune in on Wales Only later. He's one of my faves. Go to look at the volume. We're done looking at stuff. Guys, thank you so much. DRC out. Boom, boom, boom.
Everyone come in the Twitter space if you guys want to continue
Twitter
chatting.
space, wide open space. Get in there right now.